CSGO Invitational is presented by Carl's Jr., home of great American burgers.
And it's not often they check it. Inz is able to peek out. He's going to get annihilated by Erg. And he's already up. So maybe it's two, but no, it'll be Iron going down early. He will be able to drop Lonsdale. He drops Stat as well. And one point now comes through.
Good evening and welcome to the Let's Play Live ANZ CSGO Invitational, brought to you by Carl's Jr. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening. My name is SKYCITY, and joining me on the desk this evening, Thomas Blackout Richmond and Chris Wayfarer Davis. Lads, how are we?
Yeah, kia ora everybody. It's good to be here on the host desk tonight. You know, it's a new scene for me, so...
How does it compare to the caster's room?
Oh, it's a little bit different, you know. Something I've got to get used to. I mean, it's a little bit cute and cozy in here, but I'll get used to it.
Yeah, you smell pretty nice. Tom, how are you feeling tonight?
Yeah, no, it's good. Bit of a change up having old Chris in here, but he's in the VIP seats, and we'll see how he goes.
Yeah, the band is for real now, right? We're shoulder to shoulder.
We've lifted him out of the cheap seats, and now he's come up to the big time. But yes, if it is your first week tuning in, it is indeed week number 4, and let's have a look at the tournament structure to see how things play out. So we've got 6 teams playing each other once in a round robin. The team that finishes in the first place position will be going through to the grand final, and teams who finish second and third will be duking it out in our semi-final to take on whoever finished first. And obviously the thing that all the players are excited about, the prize pool, $10,000 up for grabs. First place will be taking home $5,000. The second place team will be taking home $3,000, and third place will be taking home $2,000. And you might just be asking how you can win at home, so let's have a look at what our friends at Carl's Jr. have got for you. If a player picks up an ace, you'll be taking home a free small chips and a drink. If a player picks up a knife, it'll be a free small fries. And if a team does the unthinkable and picks themselves up a 16-0 win, you will indeed be able to go into your local Carl's Jr. and pick yourself up a free cheeseburger. And we've already seen this happen in the last couple of weeks, but let's have a look at the plays from last week which unlocked the Carl's Jr. prizes.
In a 2 versus 5, not looking too good. Sterling will fall. Oh, yes! Come on, the flash, it's all just beautiful. The flash comes in, Elgato's gonna fall, Monster will fall. Wait, Moodjuice is on for an ace. What? Yes? No? Oh! Yes, we've got the ace from Moodjuice!
Oh my god.
We get ourselves some free fries! It was and a drink!
Oh my gosh. Unlock the special.
Greyhound are toying with them. It is absolutely beautiful. He's popping shots off. The knives are going to come through the smoke. Oh, come on. See what goes here. 3-on-1. Oh, Dexter comes through with the knife. And that is some free fries tonight. These Greyhound boys know how to get us going.
And yeah, a lot of people actually talk about it as bad manners, but I mean, it's a viable gun in the game.
However many AWP setups, we haven't seen Sterling pull it out once yet.
They're not needing an AWP to get into a set position where he gets the pick. They're just needing that pace to just follow up and get the trade.
Oh, Malta though, he picks up another one. He's pushed his way out of pit. He spots out the player and the one...
Snap.
Wait! He aced it! Oh, Lord Malta, you know how to do this! Sadly, it doesn't double up. We don't get 3 fries and a couple of drinks now.
No, in your dreams.
But
so if you do see any plays like that happen this evening, if you are in New Zealand, make sure you head into your local Carl's Jr. to pick yourselves up one of those prizes. So guys, we've seen this happen before. How do you think this is impacting, you know, the guys playing in the tournament? Do you think it changes how they play?
Definitely. I mean, we see Greyhounds going for a lot of knife kills when they have the advantage against their opponents. It's huge.
Yeah, no, you can see Greyhounds, I'd say, would be the fan favourites right now. Seems every moment they get, they want to show off, really whip out the knife or go for the ace play. So it's pretty sick to see, really. And
as we sort of get into the, you know, tail end of the group stages, you know, a lot of players, I guess, trying to do it for everyone at home. Do you think we're going to see some big ones tonight?
Well, that play last week from Malta was the player of the tournament. I mean, so far, that was a huge ace. I mean, he got 5 sharp as kills, and that's completely natural. It wasn't a matter of changing the game. It was his play style coming through and shining bright.
Well, I mean, speaking of last week, let's have a look at the results from week number 2 to see how the games from last week did play out. The first match of the week, that was Breakaway taking on Legacy. Legacy would have taken that one out 16-11. The big one that Wayfarer was talking about, Greyhound on Chiefs. Greyhound took that one out convincingly 16-4, and Tainted Minds took Ground Zero to the ground, taking them out 16-1. Now, I mean, the big thing there, 16-1, almost managing to pick up that flawless first victory.
Yeah, Nicky is coming in with that one moment of brilliance, really saving them, but Tainted Minds looked far too strong for Ground Zero last week. I think it was quite disappointing showing by Ground Zero, but on the other hand, Tainted Minds really put the foot down,
Yeah, it was that addition of Yastillo to Tainted Minds. I mean, that was huge. I mean, we had no idea leading up to that game until a few hours before it that he was actually playing for them. And also a massive loss to see Tux leave. But, I mean, Yastillo is a superstar player with international experience. If you're going to pick up anybody, that's the player that you want to be picking up. And Tainted Minds did a good job on that.
Well, let's have a look at the championship standings coming into week number 4. We see Tainted Minds sitting very strong, undefeated at the top of the table with 9 points. Greyhound, Legacy and Chiefs sitting there at 6 points apiece. It's anyone's game there in the middle of the pack, sort of trying to duke it out there for second and third place. And Breakaway and Ground Zero down the bottom of the table, still yet to pick themselves up a win, but let's not count these boys out just yet.
Yeah, no. I think it's pretty much a four-man race at this point in time. Breakaway and Ground Zero can't really do much to bring it back. Losing 3 games off the bat really makes it hard, but I think that Legacy Tainted Minds game tonight is going to be a cracker of a game.
Well, you speak of that game tonight, let's have a look at tonight's schedule to see who will be taking on who and where those points can be gained. Well, first up, it will be Breakaway taking on Greyhound Gaming. Next up after that will be Ground Zero taking on Chiefs, and Legacy versus Tainted Minds to finish off the evening. So guys, who do you think sort of going to be the, what game sort of sticks out to you the most tonight?
Well, the Legacy versus Tainted Minds game is going to be a huge opportunity for Legacy to, sort of cement their spot in the top 3. And I mean, they want to be able to make the finals for this competition. And I know Tainted Minds is a superstar team, but everyone's on them, and Legacy have been able to show some brilliance. I think tonight's a night and a great opportunity for them to come forward and, cement that spot as a top 3 team and make it to finals.
And for you, Tom?
Yeah, no, I'd have to agree. Legacy's sort of been, as Chris is, that team that sort of just floats around the team that's sort of a bit worse than the teams at the top. But I feel like they really need to have a game where they really just break out and really give it to the top 4 teams. And already losing the Chiefs here, they pretty much, I'd say they need to pretty much pick up a win here if they want to make the top 3. So it's a really big night for them.
We talk about breakout. I'm really excited to see Breakaway taking on Greyhound Gaming.
Yeah. Breakaway, I mean, interesting team. I mean, they do get a lot of rounds against a lot of their opponents, and they do take off with big leads. I'd like to see them actually get a win, but I'm not too sure if tonight's the night that they're going to do it.
I mean, how's that going to sort of, I guess, mix up the thing? Because the first matchup of the night is indeed going to be Breakaway taking on Greyhound Gaming. So, I mean, if Breakaway can pick this win up tonight, what does that mean for them?
It means everything to them. The big Greyhound, I mean, like the whole world's going to be looking and going, who are these guys? This is incredible. And I'm not going to, Lamas is a big player. And I've seen him week to week, and I think he's a top 10 player in our league at the moment. That's how highly I rate him. I'd like to see him show up again against Greyhounds.
Well, let's have a look at the Breakaway squad. It is going to be Hazza, Gyra, Noisia, Andy, and Lamas. And I mean, we've seen Gyro already, do a big play in, I believe it was week number 2, unlock that prize for everybody. Tom, what do you think about these guys?
Yeah, as you mentioned, Gyro, I think he's probably been one of their standout players so far this season. He's come up with quite a few big, important kills as well as aces and stuff like that. So he's definitely been one to watch. But I think, as Chris said, Lamas is probably the MVP. He's obviously he's fragging now. He's probably a top 10, top 15 player of this tournament so far. But maybe a bit more from Hazza and Andy as well, chiming in a bit more.
Well, having a look at the Greyhound roster again, well known all around the place. It's Dexter, Urcast, Malta, Sterling, and Dick Stacey. And I mean, Chris, talk to us a little bit about these lads.
I mean, a solid addition with Sterling. I mean, he's a universal AWPer and he slots in beautifully with their structure. They already have a lot of structure with Dexter being the IGL, Urcast playing a lurk role, Malta sort of playing in support, following in through, Dick Stacey sort of leading the way. Sterling just slots in with his AWP and closes out rounds and he clutches things out. And he's been a fantastic fit so far.
Yeah, big week for Malta last week, but let's have a look at our player matchup tonight. It is going to be the IGL Dick Stacey coming up against Tom's favourite, Lamas. What do we have to say about this one, Tom?
I think As far as I know, actually, Dick Stacey isn't. I could be wrong, but I don't think he is the IGL for the team. I think it's Dexter from.
I feel like I saw something on Twitter this week.
Yeah, like.
Am I getting trolled? Am I getting trolled?
Dick Stacey's sort of like, I guess, like the face of the team and like, you know, that sort of thing. But
He's my IGL.
In terms of, I think it's Dexter, but Dick Stacey's actually, he gets quite a lot of the tough roles for his team, you know, he has to do quite a lot of nitty-gritty stuff, but if you actually watch him, he comes with quite a lot of valuable kills, and he's actually not a bad little player, so he's definitely a watch out for, but yeah, I'll let Chris talk about Lamas.
Yeah, well, Lamas is a universal player. He can slot in anywhere. He's capable of doing anything. He can anchor bomb sites. He can also play aggressive roles on the T side where he can go in for aggressive entry kills onto bomb sites. I really like the way he's playing.
I mean, having a look at this, you know, the highlight here on Mirage, really sort of showcasing exactly what you're talking about here, Chris.
Yeah, no, he does a fantastic job of securing the bomb site and winning a round which was potentially unwinnable.
And I mean, you know, Dick Stacey, you sort of talk about how he's almost like the garbage man. You know, he gets some of those jobs which are not exactly the most flamboyant. What do you think about this one up Inferno?
Yeah, no, like when it pays off, it pays off exactly. Like here, he's just running in Rambo, getting kills. But a lot of the time, he's sacrificing himself for the team, for other players to shine. But you see there when it pays off, he really does come up with some big rounds here, some big entry frags. You see him going in first a lot, getting quite a lot of the starting duels, you know, right at the start. So it can be a bit hit and miss for him, but he's definitely a solid player.
Yeah, I remember that one as well. Malta's snaking away his ace there from last week.
Yeah, I've really got to give Dick Stacey a lot of credit. And I think he makes a lot of space for his teammates like Malta to be able to close out rounds. Just how he charges through onto bomb sites. He gets to the entry point and he just pushes on through. And that space that he leaves behind is room for his teammates to, you know, close out rounds.
Well, I mean, Tom calling him a big little player, you know, he's definitely a big player.
Yeah, I mean, he sets the round up for his teammates. But here we go, we're going into the match, and this is 0-0, and it looks like Greyhound are heading towards the A site.
So yeah, things are a little bit different tonight. We have got rid of Nutters, and it will be myself and Wayfarer taking you through Mirage, Breakaway Esports, taking on Greyhound Gaming. First up, it's going to indeed be Greyhound Gaming on the T side. Dexter looking for the peek against Gyra. Gyra will find his head, and that'll be all she wrote for Dexter. As now Sterling pushing out onto the site, gets taken out. It's trades two apiece right here. 3 players left, and we are away. It looks like Greyhound have managed to secure themselves that bomb site now. And Malta, looking to go through the hole here, just manages to get a little bit of damage through, and Noisia through CT, but it looks like Greyhound are all over it. Dick Stacey in a great position, finding 2 kills right there, and this is looking unwinnable right now for Gyra.
Well, the 3 players actually isolated themselves in all the different positions, but it's really interesting to see them win those duels, and CT's not capitalising on this opportunity. I thought the CT's actually had the advantage going into this, but no, great aggressive plays from the Greyhounds on A site.
So yeah, Gyra in the 1v3. Very unwinnable situation. Bomb goes down in the default position there, and now Urkas looking to find the kill with Gyra.
But it really doesn't mean anything. I mean, that's the round closed. Greyhound's going to capitalise on this, and they get the money for their economy. I mean, they're doing a fantastic job, and that's setting up the match, closing out rounds, and that's what it's all about.
So Greyhound Gaming pick up the first round and the pistol round there. Gyra does manage to hold on to the armour there coming into round number 2, though.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how Greyhound come into this round, knowing that the CT players are going to be eco.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. You know, maybe, what do you think? Do you think they could do a bit of a force here?
I mean, it'll be interesting to yeah. I mean, if we could tell.
I'm sure we're going to get that technical issue pushed out here, but it's a fast mid-take here coming through from Greyhound. Dick Stacey finding the first, Dexter picking up the second. Gyra's there to find a trade, but Dick is all over him as he finds Gyra in the window, and now mid is fully in Greyhound Gaming's control.
Dick Stacey leading the way once again, and that's a beautiful play from him, being able to trade out Dexter and pick up 2 frags. But this looks like it's going to be leading into a B split here with full mid control. They're able to capitalise on short. I don't think the CT players are going to be able to offer much with their USPs. Yeah,
Lama's sitting here with the USP, 1v2. Finds the head of Malta, just a touch, but it's not enough as Malta just sprays him down there with the Mac-10. Noisia finds the 1D onto Urkas there, and now Noisia in market looking to find a little bit of a kill, but I don't think he'll be able to do it with just 13 points of health, as it's just him left on his lonesome.
And Noisia is a player that we want to see step up for Breakaway. I mean, in recent weeks, he hasn't been a star player. Last season, he went massive for the squads that he was playing in this league. If he shows up, I mean, anything is possible because he's that type of player. Here we go. He's got a gun here. Is he going to save it? No, he's going to opt to lose it. I would have thought he would have saved that because he might have been able to save the Deagle and drop the UMP on his teammate. But here we go.
Yeah, I mean, that's that was not a bad idea, actually. He probably should have come back with the UMP, been able to sort of make a play there with the Deagle, share around the team a bit with a bit of UMP. But we've just come back here just while we sort out a few technical issues here. So far, so good for Greyhound.
Yeah, so far, just exactly what we've been thinking about. I mean, we sort of saw this coming, Greyhound coming out with a dominant A play, closing out the rounds the way they need to. I mean, it's good play from them, and that's what we expected.
And what do you think?
Seems like Greyhounds are playing quite fast at the moment. As Chris said, they're sort of getting Dick Stacey in positions where he can just run out and frag and get map control, which is it's going to be good for Greyhounds. If they can get that map control, then their star players are going to easily be able to get in good positions to capitalise, really.
I mean, do you think we're going to see Greyhound really putting a big, I guess, amount of pressure on mid here? Do you think that's their core strategy?
100%. Because with mid control, you can split B, you can split A, and you'd also put pressure onto window room, which forces the CT players to hold jungle, CT spawn, capitalising on that vent. Like, they need to strengthen that area. So you don't want to be losing mid, and you need to be able to read the game, and you need to be able to stack the site that Greyhound are going to be executing on. But yeah, I mean, to be able to do that, they're going to have Andy step up with the AWP and mid. And
well, we will be getting back into round number 3 now. Would this be the time now that Breakaway are going to be able to buy?
Well, I hope so. I mean, we did see a Deagle and Noisia, so it'll be interesting to see how they follow through with this, how their economy is built. But it looks like we've got an M4 on Noisia right here, so yeah, it looks like it's going to be a buy round. But the other players have still got the USPs, so undecided.
Yeah, well, taking a lolook at the money, they will be able to make a bit of a purchase. They won't have too much utility to work with there. But Dick Stacey leading the board. We sort of talked about him, our man to watch. 4-0 right now.
This is the update on work right now, where we can see the CT players being able to buy. I mean, previously we wouldn't have been able to do that. Noisia got a Deagle round, a Deagle last round, and now they're going into a full buy. He's got almost full utility there to be able to support his teammates. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a full bag, and there we go. We see the AWP on Andy. I mean, let's see how they bring this into the game this week. I hope he has a big game, because that is influential as well. If he can capitalise on Sterling early game with the AWP and get map control, it's going to be early grounds on the board for Breakaway.
Well, Urquhart's keeping the Mac 10 in hand. Hazard actually buys the full Kevlar and helmet there, so I mean, if Hazard does run into Urquhart, it might be a bit of a surprise for him. Andy looking to get that midline from the window there. Can't find anything with the smoke coming through, and just a nice default coming through from both teams now, just looking to gain that intel.
Well, it's good that they're rotating the AWP background to A side and the CD spawn. That's going to strengthen up their defense. They actually got a game read on.
Oh, Andy picking up that first kill. And Noisia finding the second. Hazard with the third. This is a great round here for Breakaway. 4 kills all, and it's just Sterling left on his lonesome out on the A site. And this is looking very difficult for him. Bit of utility to work with. Bomb in hand as well, but unbelievable! They line up for him, but it's not enough.
Now, that was a beautiful round from Breakaway. I mean, they totally read the mid play from Urquhart with the smoke and the molly. And then they rotated off mid to be able to stack A side. They understand how Greyhound are playing right now. And that was a beautiful read to rotate the Andy onto the CT spawn. And picking up that first frag was influential in his teammates being able to make their kills on site. I like it. And every week I have said this. I like the things that Breakaway are doing. I really do. I think they're a tactile team, and I think they're improving week to week. Greyhound, I mean, this is a big ask to do it against them.
Well, Greyhound, 6 flashes. Make that 5 flashes as Dick Stacey puts one out. 1 smoke to work with on Sterling. And Malta with a molly. So not a lot of utility, but looks like they're going to be going for this fast speed play here. Gyro with the molly. Picks up the first kill onto Urquhart. Picks up a second. Sterling does manage to find a trade there. But is it enough to get Greyhound out of apartments right now? It doesn't look like it. As Malta just playing off balcony, looking to find this kill onto short. And now Greyhound slowly making their way out onto the site, but no bomb going down just yet. Dexter looking to get that plant down in a safe position as Breakaway looking to retake.
Oh, that's beautiful play from Gyro to hide and wait for his teammates to get a rotate. I mean, he gets the support on his teammates, so they should be able to hopefully win that trade. And we see Noisia pick up a kill, and that's a 2v4 right now, which the CTs can capitalise on. That's beautiful frag from Hazard with BS isolated, and he gets another one. That's an easy defuse for his teammates. That's a great round from Breakaway. Greyhound are going to be forced into a save here for sure.
Yeah, really smart play there from Breakaway to sort of hold off, not force the issue as Greyhound haven't got the bomb down yet, and go for that 4-man retake once everyone's in a good position. 2 on short, 2 from market. Great stuff from Breakaway, taking us to 2 rounds apiece, and now Greyhound Gaming, money not looking too good.
We've got 3 AKs and an AWP on the CT side. I mean, that's dominant. I mean, this is awesome. I'm getting hyped for Breakaway right now. This is going to be a game. I mean, we say it every week, but I mean, this is it. I mean, I like this momentum. I mean, they lost the pistol round and they've come back into it full force. I mean, it's good to see. It's good to see. I'm getting tingles right now.
Tingles in your jingles, all right. And it looks like it's just going to be a little bit of an intel gain again for Greyhound. Oh my goodness, Urkas just comes charging out of Palace and gets absolutely demolished there from Noisia. And now the rest of the Greyhound trying to get up short, going to be walking into Gyra's AK. Hazard's there to back him up as well. Gyra picks up 2. And this again is all over for Greyhound Gaming. Breakaway picking up their 3rd round and the lead.
That was beautiful work from Gyra on short. I mean, he picked up 3 kills there. That was huge work from him to be able to do that. And we saw the AKs do work.
We did indeed. I mean, you mentioned it. 3 AKs across Breakaway's side here. Not much more dominant you could get at this point. Now they're starting to build up a very good bank, but AK's now back in the hands of Greyhound Gaming. Let's see what they do coming into round number 6.
Yeah, let's see what they do here. With the mullet,
and that's obviously to get rid of the smoke, but it has still managed to find its mark there. But is the timing good? And it is indeed. Andy through the smoke picks up Dick Stacey, and he almost manages to line up a second there as well. But Greyhound have managed to get themselves out in mid. But Gyra on the fast flank, look at that. Multi gets taken out, and Breakaway are showing up here on Mirage and Hazard just taking the head off Dexter. 2v5 now. What can Greyhound do?
Woo-hoo-hoo! These boys have come in hot. They are fired up. We're seeing big shots here. Gyra's making massive play, and for an IGL, I mean, that's huge. This guy is really proving with it. He's one of the best IGLs in the scene right now.
Oh, and there goes Urkas, gets his head taken off by Noisia. Now it's Sterling all on his lonesome, sitting out in mid. And I mean, what can he do in this round, Chris? How can he get a win in this one?
Oh, well, he hasn't even got 100 HP right now, so he is going to struggle. This is great position from the CT players. They just can't get into these 1v1 duels. And if they do get into a duel with Sterling, they've got to make sure that they trade him out, trade out their teammate super quick. But he's just going to capitalize and try to break the economy of the CTs here by trying to pick up some kills.
So yeah, it's going to take a big mistake here on the Breakaway side for Sterling to be able to do anything, and he will not be able to as Noisia picks him up in Connector, taking Breakaway to 4 rounds.
Oh, this is nice. I mean, I wish I was in the camp right now with the Breakaway boys. I mean, I'm just feeling their vibe and what they're going through right now. I mean, they must be excited. I mean, you're 4-2 up against Greyhounds, who are potentially one of the best teams in our region, and they've competed overseas. And you know, I mean, you know what it means to compete against these guys. I mean, the whole world is really watching. I mean, look, international teams just picked up Gratisfaction from Greyhounds recently. Well, so, yeah, stepping up.
Force buy coming out from Greyhound here. 1 Palace, 1 A ramp, and it looks like we've got 2 sitting up, working their way over towards B, as Malta looking to get under underpass. But I mean, you know, Tech 9s, P250s, 1 Deagle and Dexter, not too much they can do with only 3 flashes in the smoke.
No, I mean, it could be these close round duels with the Tech 9 coming down underpass. I mean, at this range, he can beat an M. They just can't let up. The CT players just can't let up and lose one of these rifles.
Oh, and what a great angle there from Gyra, watching for that mid boost as Dick Stacey gets taken down by him. Gyra really a dominant force here on short.
Yeah, he is controlling mid. This is a great presence. I'm not sure if he's normally, you know, this impactful this early in the game, but he's doing a fantastic job. And
Noisia and Urkas having a bit of kissy-kissy in the smoke there, but Noisia manages to find him. And now 2v4. 2 flashes left on Malta. Sterling managing to control short at the moment, but Andy's there to find the AWP shot, and the bomb goes down as well. And now Malta, 2 flashes, the man, the legend. They almost line up for Andy, but
that was close. That was almost a TK, but I mean, he's a sharp shooter, and tonight he's making his shots. It's good to see him making shots, and I think we might actually be seeing him shine tonight because his teammates are playing so well. You know, and as an AWPer, if you're a stationary AWPer and your teammates are anchoring and holding their positions, forcing them into your line of sight, you're focusing on what's in front of you. The shots become a lot easier.
Well, coming into round number 8 now, Greyhound trailing. Lost bonus looking good, though, as they managed to pick themselves up 4 AK AWP on Sterling. And look at this mid-control coming up from Breakaway as they rush up, looking to gain control of it, spraying through the smoke here. Don't manage to find a kill, just a little bit of damage onto Dick and Dexter there. But now mid and Breakaway's control.
There's a great smoke, and they've capitalized on mid-control. This is a lot different from what we've seen previously with Breakaway. They're a confident team right now, and they're going for these big plays. they've taken a lot of time off the Greyhounds' clock, so it's how they play the rest of this round out that's going to really impact the round.
Nice nades there coming out from Greyhound, managing to get Gyro all the way down to 5, so very good read there coming out from Greyhound, very reactive play there. And now keep your eyes on Urcast as well, slowly lurking away every round over on the A side. Oh, Andy, split seconds off, but Sterling winning the AWP duel this time. Actually, look at that, Sterling getting taken down to 8, so that was through the wall.
Yeah, I mean, that was a tough shot. I mean, Sterling comes out on the aim duel already. I mean, ooh, I mean that's a good sign for them. But yeah, he was unlucky not to die first. I mean, he came out lucky out of that duel.
Yeah, War being Sterling's best friend there, as I think Andy actually managed to pull the trigger first. But now mid control back in the hands of Greyhound. Urcast getting ready to do this A split.
Yeah, well, they're coming up with the connect control here. They've got position on A main. They've still got the Luke roll and B halls at the moment, but it looks like he's coming underpass. I'm not too sure what these teammates are going to be doing, but 28 seconds on the clock, they're looking for some information. Yeah,
Urcast needs to peek his head out here and make a bit of a ruckus just to keep these players preoccupied here. And look at this, Greyhound tricking us as well, going up for the B split, and Dexter finding that kill on Llamas, unaware of these Greyhound players coming up through short, and now the B site is all Greyhound.
Well, they made the right call to hit B short and get onto B. You know, the player was isolated. He had to solo play the site, and he managed to get out-timed, basically. You know, coming up short at the same time as you're being approached B halls, he revealed himself and he was taken down. It's an impossible task here for Noisia and Gyra, but I mean, they'll do a good job if they can manage to save these rifles.
Yeah, I mean, and the economy's looking really good as well for the breakaway side, so holding on to these rifles as well is really going to keep them in for at least another, you know, 2 or 3 lost rounds if that is the way the game goes. Urcast leaking out, somehow managing to find that kill onto Noisia. Didn't even know he could see him there.
Now, yeah, I mean, this is interesting. I mean, breakaway 5-2 up, it's a great lead to get. It's a good early game. I think they just struggled a little bit with what to do next after that mid-play. I mean, it was dominant force. They put a lot of pressure on them. It was just the next stage. Andy was unlucky not to win that duel, but he was in a completely open position where if he did fall off, he might have been able to get traded anyway. So, yeah, I mean, it's a great start for breakaway, and I'm excited that they got 5 on the round, 5 on the board so far.
Well, Greyhound Gaming picked themselves up that 3rd round, but the money looking very good for Breakaway Esports. I quite would have liked them to sort of go hunting a little bit, you know, do a little bit more damage to the Greyhound economy there. Really making it difficult to buy into this round, but let's see how we go coming into round number 9. Slow start for Greyhound this time. A little bit hesitant after Breakaway's last push for mid-control.
They've definitely backed off, but it looks like they're opting to take a mid-take already. It looks like a basic default control with one player controlling A aggressive plays at the moment, but they're definitely opting to get this mid-control so that they can decide on where they're going to be executing.
Yeah, so I mean, it's something we sort of talked about coming into this one. Greyhound putting, you know, really a lot of emphasis on controlling mid here, but Gyra looking dangerous here, and Connector just gets taken out by Dick Stacey. Great timing as Dick opens up the round for Greyhound Gaming, and now the control is in their hands, but Andy finding that shot through the wall onto Malta. Oh my goodness, Andy just landing these shots left, right and centre. Too bad there's some walls in the way.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the walls are playing favouritism for Greyhound right now, right?
Oh, most definitely. But Llama's getting taken out, not having the best start for him here as Dexter finds that kill, and now Greyhound looking like they want to work their way up onto the A site, but Breakaway have a very nice crossfire set up for this. One sitting over in CT, looks like he might work his way over back into jungle, and one sitting out onto a sandwich here. It's going to be Hazza, a lot riding on him now to pick up a kill. And can he do it? He picks one, looks for the second. Urcast going to be able to trade him out. And now, round definitely in Greyhound's favour as 2 left on the Breakaway side. Noisia making his way through CT, and Andy currently getting trapped in by what seems to be Malta there on B.
Yeah, well, Malta doesn't have to take this duel on with Andy. He just has to just hold him in the market at this point, wait for his teammates, and there we go. Dexter comes up behind. It's the information play that these Greyhound boys do so well. And losing Llamas and Gyra early in the round, I mean, it was isolated duels, right? Gyra faced him in mid and managed to escape, but there was a quick teammate for Greyhounds that chased him down and managed to kill him out by surprise. And it's, you know, 1 versus 3. 1 versus 3 in mid. And then Llamas faced them all in mid, and he got taken out as well. I mean, it's these isolation duels when there are no CTs to assist you. And that's what Breakaway have to focus on. They've got to make sure that the teammates are there to help them out.
Well, smoke not working out too well this time. Now, Andy, good spot there, gets Dick Stacey. Very good stuff now to start the round off for Breakaway Esports. Andy finding his mark this time round. And, oh, Malta coming up A ramp, gets taken out by Andy as well. 2 apiece for Andy, but he is tagged down to 15. Going to have to be looking a little bit more defensively now. And Hazza finding this kill onto Dexter, and Breakaway are reading Greyhound like an open book here.
That was massive frags from Andy right there. The 2 AWP kills, 3 AWP kills, 3 AWP kills, massive plays from Andy. And this is what we've missed from previous week. His AWP doing dominant, like being the dominant force on his team. It's good to see.
And, you know, let's just make this clear here that Greyhound are not top of the table right now. Greyhound only have 6 points. Breakaway have 0. So if Breakaway do manage to pick this game up tonight, this is really going to shake up the leaderboard.
Oh, it really is. I mean, it's tight between those top 4. Anything can happen right now.
But Sterling left in the 1v5. Look at this close line here from Noisia. Oh, but he peeks over his head and takes Andy out on the A site. Now Noisia knows exactly where he is, but will Noisia be able to land a kill? Yes, he will indeed. Takes Sterling out, picking up the 6th round there for Breakaway Esports. And Andy picking himself up a big 3K.
Wow, nice 10 kills from Noisia, but Llamas, the player that I've been amping up, is only doing 1. He's only on 1 kill so far, and they're leading the game 6-4. I hope he turns up, because that's only going to strengthen their squad even further. So there's more to come from Breakaway, which is good to see.
I mean, I feel like in these earlier rounds, Llamas has been playing predominantly on the A site. You know, Greyhound haven't been too aggressive, you know, coming out onto it. When they have, they've already run it, so he hasn't been able to do too much, I'd say, over here just yet. But Dick Stacey getting naded down to 63. Oh, and they just come fast out onto A site, Greyhound Gaming. Pushing out 2 kills there for Greyhound, looking for a 3rd. Andy's there with the AWP. Mr. Reliable, it seems, this evening. As he's looking for a 2nd here, completely white as Malta gets taken out there. Andy with his 2nd, and now 3-on-3. But it looks like Greyhound have managed to get slight control of the side here, but nothing into CT. There is 2 Breakaway players sitting in connector and jungle, but look at this lurk coming through from Dexter. This is going to be huge here. He needs to pick up this kill onto Gyra on short, the man who's been so disastrous for Greyhound. Gyra on short. What a machine, but Dexter managing to creep all the way around, finds his head, and this is a great flank now, opening things up for Greyhound.
That is Dexter making plays. That is the IGL using his teammates and the presence that they had on A site to just... Oh, Andy again, that's 3 kills.
Jiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Force.
Unstoppable
Nice.
there. Llamas, there we go, picking up his 2nd kill of the game. And now 2v1, all on Sterling. He does have the bomb down though, and can he get this good position to win this 2v1?
Wow, I don't think the CT players have any idea where he is right now, which is going to really benefit him.
But they do have a lot of utility to work with. Still, smoke goes down. 2 flashes, Molly and HE to work with. Sterling going to be peeking over the top of this. Finds that first kill onto Andy. Now 1v1. Sterling just needs to play the time. All the pressure on Llamas. Oh, and Llamas is just going straight for the defuse, but the Molly is right on target. He sits it, but it doesn't matter. Sterling takes the headshot and the round for Greyhound Gaming.
Oh, well played. I mean, Breakaway did good there. They made the round a lot closer than I thought it was. The dry push onto A site was beautiful. The dry push onto the A site from Greyhounds was a beautiful play. It really caught the CT players off guard. They weren't ready for those duels that were so close. They were prepared for them at Palace and A main, but they weren't prepared for them to be at Sandwich and on site. It really caught them off guard.
Well, we've got a tactical pause coming through from Breakaway, and I mean, let's go to our man on the field here. Tom, what do you think that is going on in the Breakaway camp right now?
The Breakaway boys are doing quite well. As you said, Llama's having a bit of an off one, but it seems like all his other teammates are fragging pretty hard. I think Andy's probably the most valuable asset at the moment, roaming around with that AWP, getting map control. If they can keep doing that and forcing the Greyhound boys into tight spots, and they should be able to pick up a few more rounds.
Yeah, Gyra has been a massive influence as well. It's really good to see the AWP player and the in-game leader being so dominant early in the game. But, I mean, we do look at this map as a CT-sided map. I mean, that's the presence of Mirage. You want to have a strong CT half. So here it looks like we've got a bit of a force buy from the CT players, and we're looking at an aggressive B play here. It'll be interesting to see how the B side holds up. See if Llamas can do some work.
Well, 2 helmets here as nades come through, as Greyhound looking to burst their way out onto the B site. Llamas left by himself. It looks like Urkas almost stuck in that crossfire. Gets taken out by Gyra's M4, but it's not enough as Dexter finds the trade. Now, 3v4 bombs should be going down for Greyhound Gaming any second now. There we go. And it's going to be the retake here for Breakaway. 1 AWP, 1 M4, CZ, 1 flash and 2 HEs. Not much to work with here. Going to take a miracle for Breakaway to get this one.
Oh, this Greyhound aggression is so hard to beat. It just catches you off guard all the time. You never know where it's going to happen, and you're never ready for it. And Llama's caught off guard. His teammate was unable to assist him. He got into big trouble quickly, and he wasn't able to pick up any frags against the MAC-10 that came out window. But, yeah, it looks like they're looking to save these rifles right now in a 4v3.
I mean, we should have actually been able to know this is coming now. I think if we see Greyhound pick up a double Mac 10 buy on Mirage, we know it's going to be a bomb on B.
Yeah, I mean, they do some work with those guns. I mean, these guys are a class act, and we're seeing them, when they're down, they rise up, and they keep rising up. The game is never over because they've got so much class behind them. They have so many skill sets, and they just keep turning up.
So coming into round number 13, 6 rounds apiece. You'd say the game is slightly in Greyhound's favour as they are starting on the T side here. And you've got to give props to Breakaway, saving the AWP, saving the M4 in that round. So, you know, anything could happen, but look at this. It's the Greyhound Gaming B strike once again.
Well, let's see if the CT players can do anything different, but I don't think they would have rotated the AWP here, which is going to be a huge influence if they're going to bring it into play.
And again, it's much of the same as last round. Urcast bursting out the window with Mac 10 in hand, finds 2 kills apiece there. Sterling picking up Andy over on mid here. Oh, and look at this. Urcast just charging through short, picking himself up the AWP as well. 2 AWPs now in the hands of Greyhound Gaming, and it's all on Noisia with the CZ Tat and 1 HE grenade, but he should be able to pick this kill up here, and indeed he does. Can he get his hands on a gun and skedaddle on away from Greyhound Gaming, who are looking to take him out?
All right, at this point, Greyhound Gaming, they've got their confidence back up, and they're just aggressively hunting these CT players, stopping them from being able to save any guns and stopping them from building any confidence. Getting frags on the board always helps you. It builds your confidence, right? And Mulder and Urquhart just getting them down right now. Like, that's building up their self-esteem, and going forward, that's going to help their aggressive players.
Well, Greyhound Gaming pick up their 7th round and reclaim the lead over Breakaway Esports. And, I mean, having a look at the scoreboard here, a bit of a spread, you know, we're seeing a lot of these Breakaway players turn up across the board here, you know, 10 for Gyra and 11 for Noisia and Andy. But we still really need Llamas to get amongst it, don't you think?
Yeah, we do. I mean, he has been anchored onto the B side and avoiding a lot of these drills early on in the round. So he's asked to do a lot late in the game. But in saying that, I'm looking forward to seeing him play on the T side. He has a good T side, and he hasn't had many inconsistent games this season. So I don't think we can call him out of this game just yet.
Urquhart looking to gain that intel as he again lurks over through Palace and on the A site, but not much utility here for the side of Breakaway. They have to be very, very careful. With 1 minute 15 left in the round, very limited smokes as most of them have just gone out. 2 left, 4 flashes. It's going to be very hard for Breakaway to stop a Greyhound take onto a site.
Oh, the slow mid-control is beautiful work. I mean, it's worked for them in the past in enabling them into these duels where they have 2 rifles facing their opponents.
And Andy and Gyra just peek out into Greyhound Gaming, both of them losing their heads there, and now we're in the 5v2 as Urquhart finding that kill out of Palace, comes busting out there as well. Dick Stacey and Urquhart together find Noisia under the balcony there, and this is going to be bombed down, planted for connector or ramp, and Llama's by himself, not much he can do in this situation.
Well, it looks like the Greyhound Gaming is setting themselves up for a nice half here, which we didn't really see early on. We thought Breakaway were doing a good job. But, yeah, Greyhound again, they do what they always do.
I mean, it's a little bit of that, you know, you want to cheer for the underdog a little bit. You see Breakaway turning up, because they're a team with a lot of promise.
Yeah,
you know, they've been turning up immensely, you know, against these big-name teams as a very sort of, I guess, recent formation, you know. And to be able to even get rounds against a team like Greyhound Gaming like this is, you know, it is a pat on the back, but Greyhound Gaming picking up their 8th round. Now, last round of the half, Force Buy going to be on the side of Breakaway, so not the best position to be in.
Now we see the FAMAS, the UMP, and the MP5 come out. Even the P90, you barely ever see that. Andy picking up the Scout. I mean, this is a strange buy from the CD players, but we know what happens in OzCS. I mean...
Ooh, there it was, just pixels off finding the head of the AWPer there on the ramp. And now going to be mid-control once again for Greyhound Gaming. Looks like they're going to be committing almost everybody to this one. And with the superior firepower, it's going to be very hard for Breakaway to push this one back.
You never know. I mean, these SMGs can do anything, man. We're going to see one of these SMGs come flying out of a smoke soon and just frag somebody, well, full bore, just sprinting.
Well, they've got 2 flashbangs to work with, so, I mean, it's going to have to be some pinpoint accuracy pop flashes coming up from Breakaway. They're going to need to find themselves a kill and hopefully pick up some of the grenades from the Greyhound players to really keep themselves in this round. But, I mean, anything can happen, as you mentioned. The old Caster's Curse can always come into effect, and this Force Buy can really bring the round home for Breakaway.
Yeah, well, it's really interesting to see the pace of Greyhound. You know, they one round they're super fast, and then the next round they're super slow. I mean, the CT players just can't get a read.
Oh, and there it is. Andy finds that first kill onto Dexter. Malta got tagged up over into the B apartment there. Dick Stacey gets taken down by Hazard in mid. And oh my goodness, this is in the 5v3 here. Urquhart taken out as well. Malta there going to be able to find a trade, gets a second. The big man Malta from last week looking to get himself another ace at this point. Busting out onto B. Sterling was got a good position here on short as the bomb goes down for him. Now Sterling going to be the big clutch man with Malta at his side. Here comes the peak. It's Malta taking down Hazard. There's Sterling as well. And now the 2v1. Unbelievable. Greyhound Gaming taking out the last round there, leading the half 9-6. And now we swap sides. What do we think?
That was a pretty good half. Breakaway started off quite well, but Greyhound sort of came back towards the end there and really put the foot down.
I mean, are you surprised at Breakaway's performance there?
I wouldn't say surprised. They've done it in the two previous weeks as well. They seem to start well with a bit of confidence. They have some nice executes and some nice team play, and they sort of just fall off. So it's a bit sad to see, but you never know the second half.
I mean, Chris, you've been calling these games week in, week out. What do you think sort of letting Breakaway down in these, these final moments here?
I think it's just Greyhound's confidence, just how they pull through those rounds when the odds are against them. That was massive from Malta and Sterling. And I mean, how they do it, it's just incredible.
Well, I'm liking the, both of the setups from these two teams here, actually. You see the 2 CT hold here from Greyhound Gaming. Urquhart already has managed to get himself up into Palace, so a lot of intel here for the side of Greyhound Gaming. Malta finding that first goal onto Lamas. Noiser come busting out of ramp, manages to find, marginal damage there onto Malta, but it's not enough to get a kill. And now Hazard working his way up onto stairs, going to be needing to find this kill very, very soon indeed, as Noiser's going to need to help him out here. But 3 players on A for Greyhound. It's going to be very hard work for them. But look at these Breakaway guys, already busted their way out onto B. Bomb goes down, but Jaira gets taken out, and he's all on his lonesome over here on the B site. If they can get this kill, that's going to be all over. But Andy manages to find Dick. Now, very strong position, pushing through into the market. Malta's all over him, and now it's all onto Noiser. Going to be sitting up here into apartments, 1v4. Unwinnable situation here. Taking shots from all angles. Oh, double headshot.
2 kills coming from.
Getting me running there.
I like the play. I like the dupe. They really did catch them off guard with the bomb going B side. And the money's going to boost their economy, but they really should have played it faster. And pushing into market so late in the round, he got caught out. I mean, 2 guys on the B side with the bomb plant. They should have played a little bit safer. It was unlucky. I mean, it was nice. It was a nice move from Breakaway, though.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of crucial kills there from Greyhound, really keeping them in it. A lot of intel gain from them as well. So I mean, you almost would think that Greyhound had the read on them there. But 4 deagles coming up for Breakaway here. So again, anything can happen, but Sterling and Urquhart picking up a pair there for the Greyhound Gaming side. 5v3, but there it is, the 1v from Jaira. It's going to be, looking to even things out, but 2v4, getting pushed out of here. It's going to be Noiser. See you later, mate. And now Lamas again, last man standing. Going to be needing to go and do absolutely God's work here. Oh, the jumping Dick Stacey is going to be able to pick that one up and find himself a bit of money in the bank. And Greyhound with their 11th round.
Yeah, I mean, you're not looking to do much with that deagle except pad your stats, right? So.
I was going to say get some highlight plays.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, highlight plays, win those rounds. I mean, if you're capable of doing it, go ahead. But I mean, against Greyhounds, I mean, you don't often get those opportunities. But here we go, 6-11. Breakaway, they got a big ass. They got a big task on their hands.
They do indeed. This is going to be their first round. 4 AWPs, and the AWP is back in Andy's hands. Not too much utility to work with, and that is a huge nade right there, chomping down Breakaway Esports. Looks like Jaira looking to rush his way up short, doesn't find anything. Dexter with the Famis just going to work here out in mid. Get this man a pay rise right now as he's looking for his 3rd. And look at this Breakaway getting pushed back out of mid as Greyhound are all over them.
Well, that utility play from Greyhound was beautiful right there with the smoke and the nades, and Dexter picking up a 3K. 2 remaining. I mean, he could be going for the ace. I mean, this is the people's team. Greyhound have been getting us all the rewards. We haven't seen anything close yet. Oh, I mean, Noiser, this is what he does. He gets on the lurk roll and he gets frags, and he could turn this round around, but... Well, Dexter's on the hunt.
These last 2 Breakaway players still playing very defensively over in spawn, and Dexter, he's going to be feeling very confident about this one. Urquhart has already pushed himself up into mid, so he will be able to catch these players unawares if they do go for a rotation here, but it looks like they will be sticking to the A ramp play. But what we need to know is, where is Dexter? Where is he? With 3 kills in hand, he's looking to pick up that ace and unlock one of these Carl's Jr. prizes. And he's got that AWP in hand now as well, and a great line indeed from short over onto the ace side. And can he pick up the kill? That's the 4th. Can he pick up the ace here? Can he unlock that prize? It's going to be anyone's guess at this point. Noisia left alone, and we know Greyhound Gaming, they don't want to give it to him. And Dick Stacey, it's going to be Urcast to swindle it away. Dexter with the 4K.
Urcast, mate. Dexter was trying to be the people's champ, and you shut us down. All right, okay, that's all good. You won the round anyway. 12-6 to Greyhounds. That's a big round. Mid-control, once again, dominant force. You're doing work.
Unbelievable stuff there. And I feel like it's part of, you know, the Greyhound Gaming, I guess. You'd love to hear their comms at this point. You know, they're not letting, obviously, Dexter get this ace. They're really trying to take it away from him.
I mean, yeah, Greyhound Gaming, they're more than just a counterstrike team. These guys are characters, personalities. They're so much fun.
Well, fast A play here from Breakaway. This is what I want to see. Changing things up a little bit as they bust their way out onto the A side with a great execute. Smokes go down. Dexter finds one through the smoke. Llamas manages to get the bomb plant, and now Llamas pushing through into CT. Can he find a kill as Dexter picks up a second, making things ever so much harder for the Breakaway side here. Dexter looking for another one, spamming Hazard through the box, finds his head. Malta finds Gyra over into CT as Llamas gets the trade on him, but Dick Stacey on the rotation finds the kill. Gets that one again, and now Greyhound are going to be picking up their 13th round.
How good is Dexter? He picks up another 3K, a round after getting a 4K.
He's okay. He's not bad. I'm better.
Yeah, man, step up. Calling him out. All right, 1v1 Dexter. You're on after this on the 1v1 AIM map server. Dallas, our boy. He can take you.
I mean, wonderful play here from Dexter. Let's just pretend like that never happened. It's not like this is recorded or anything. As coming into round number 20, Breakaway with another buy. Andy almost picking up that kill as the cross goes over there onto stairs. And look at this now. Breakaway going to really need to get some mid-control, I think, here.
Yes, definitely. It looks like they might be trying to opt for underpass here, but they've got some set smokes. But Dexter, once again,
he's
just
all
reading the plays.
He's all over it. So yeah, Dexter, again, pretty good player here this game, especially on the CT side, has been extremely standout for the side of Greyhound. Now Gyra finding that kill onto Urcast. This is what Breakaway were looking for, but Dexter's here to trade. Gyra will answer back 3v3 here. Must win now for Breakaway. Don't want to let Greyhound get up onto 14. And now Gyra in a great position here in the window. And Andy in a very good spot here, but you've got to watch Dick Stacey. He will not be aware of him just yet. And this should be easy pickings for Dick. And there it is. Dick Stacey's going to find him. And he almost looked like he was prepared for it. But Dick Stacey coming out on top.
Yeah, well, the T-side players, I mean, they weren't even within range to be able to trade him out. But Gyra here, I mean, this is 3 kills for him so far.
Oh, it is the Gyra show. This is the Gyra show. He's got the 4. He's got 1 left, and it's going to be Malta. Look at him, and Malta knows his position exactly. Who's going to be coming out on top? Nice off angle here from Malta. And Malta says no way to Dave to the Carl's Jr. prizes. And it's going to be bombed down for Hazard in the 1v1 with Malta. Who's going to be coming out on top here? It looks like it's going to be a long rotation coming around for Malta. Going to be walking his way through apartments.
Wow, it's getting so close to triggering those Carl's Jr. prizes. I mean, I'm looking for the chips, the chips and drink right now, man. I mean, it's so close.
Well, both of these teams dangling the carrot for us and all of you at home here. But now Malta looking to creep his way out of balcony here. Finds the kill onto Hazard. Will not give Breakaway their 7th round. And Greyhound go up onto 14. And things are looking dire now for Breakaway.
Oh, massive individual players there. Malta stepping out. Gyra creating a round out of nothing. 3v3. They get the bomb down. Yeah, Breakaway, they're just not winning those rounds that they really need to capitalize on. And it was unfortunate that they lost that. Could have brought them back into the game. The economy's down. They need to win this round. It's going to put Greyhound Gaming on match point. 14-6. You want to get more rounds on the board, boys.
So round 21, loss bonus on the side for Breakaway. They're going to be able to buy up once more. Orb now in the hands of Gyra. Finds the pick there onto Sterling. Fast now mid-control for Breakaway. And this is exactly what they were looking for. Gyra turning this game into the Gyra show.
Yeah, that's beautiful work. I mean, to see him pick up the orb, obviously it was because of Spawn trying to capitalise on position and take out the window. It's really good to see Sterling out of the game earlier in the round.
Now Llama's, making the slow progress over towards B. Dick Stacey just going to be jump peeking there, just seeing if he can get any intel. 4v5 in Breakaway's favour as they start to make their way up towards mid. Andy going to be watching that short line there, but keep your eyes on Urkas here, sneaking his way through the smoke into the window. If he gets a nicely timed peek here, this could be disastrous for Breakaway.
This is a nice little lurking spot here. But is he going to get the timing right?
Well, Gyro's already made his way up connector. He does get the timing right there, finds his kill onto Hazard, but Gyro's already up connector. So that's going to be very interesting to see what he can do with that as he makes his way out onto the A site. He's almost behind Urkas, but Andy quick scoping there onto Dexter. See you, buddy, as he tries to walk his way around this corner. And now Noija busting out a Palace looking for a kill here. Malta finding that kill onto the early creeping Gyra. Now a lot's going to ride on Urkas here in the CT position as Dick Stacey rotates over from B. It looks like they will be doubling up in that CT position, but Noija, great line, taking Urkas down to 5 HP, and he gets tagged down as well. The molly coming through, and that's going to toast Andy right there. Dick Stacey putting him on the grill. And now, 2v2. It is anyone's game at this point. Bomb still yet to be planted. Should be down now by Llamas. And here we go. Can Breakaway get themselves into that post-plant position? Llamas will find a very important kill, but Urkas, great positioning, taking this into the 1v1. But 5 HP on the board. Noija in a horrible spot, but it doesn't matter. Through the box, Urkas, see ya. Breakaway. 7th round.
A good round, but I mean the economy is still not strong. They've got to buy into this and they've got to get some more momentum going forward. I mean, this is what we have seen from Breakaway. They do show up late and they make these games close. It always surprises us because we think it's wrapped up, but you can never call it over with these guys.
What do you think? Is this the resurgence of Llamas, Chris?
I mean, I don't know. It's a big ask. But yeah,
Hey.
we haven't seen a whole lot from him tonight. And, I've been talking him up. I've been talking him up as a big player.
Maybe it's the Galil there on Hazard, which is going to turn things around now for Breakaway Esports. They've picked up their 7th round now. Now they can start chaining them together. We've only got the MP7 there on Dick Stacey, so...
Yeah, I mean, CET economy is not 100% right now, so they have to opt for that. But there's underpass control to get connector. It looks like they're opting to get into the window. It's going to be a nice A play here, out past A main. No one on the side to defend it. This is a beautiful play so far and a great read from the T-side players.
Yeah, but Urkas, they're ready for it. They're ready for the split here. Noija manages to get himself up through window, finding that flank, and now 2 kills apiece in the 3v3. Urkas sitting in connector. Noija should be able to get his way into jungle, no sweat here. And going to be able to lock down these 2 rotating players from Greyhound. Oh my goodness, and somehow he gets that kill onto Dick Stacey. And now Urkas really needs to get his way out of connector. But Malta in a great spot here, but he's left open there as Gyro takes him out from A ramp. And now Urkas in the 1v3. He's going to need some big plays to come up with this one. Andy and Noija extremely low, spamming through the box, USP in hand. Mr. James Bond, what can you do?
This has been a beautiful round, but Urkas is going to be lucky to get out of this. If he gets a kill, I'll be really surprised. But no, he picks up Noija, saves the AK. Ooh, economy is still not going to be super strong on the T side, but at least they're getting rounds on the board. This is good work from Breakaway.
I mean, it's going to be a lot better than the side of Greyhound Gaming at this point, but I mean, 14-8 in Greyhound's favour. I mean, at this point, they're going to be, able to buy a couple of pistols here. Not much utility to work with, it seems. 1 smoke on Urkas. It is fully armoured up, though, so Urkas is going to be the key to success in this round.
Yeah, it's your boy Urkas. He's capable of doing anything. Maybe he's going to get the ace this round. But we don't want to see it, do we? I mean, that's going to break hearts.
It's your boy Urkas getting ready for this. Great timing here on short. Can't pick that first kill up onto Gyro, taking him down to 41. Needs to retreat back here a little bit. Going to be popping the smoke out now and a lot riding again on Urkas. I'd like to see him do a bit of a rotation here, but Andy sitting up in B, ready to hear what these Greyhound B players are doing.
Yeah, well, the T-side players are scared at the moment. I mean, they've already taken damage from Urkas and they haven't got that much of the map to be able to make a call here. But a nice pickup on Malta. It's going to be able to give them some information on the CT players.
Oh, Sterling's burning. They're looking to crisp him up. He manages to escape somehow. Now Greyhound, nice ninja boost here onto the B site. I'd like to see Urkas just get right on out of there and go and help the rest of the boys. Dexter going to be pushing up into Palace, looking to find this kill. Oh, he's so very low right now. Can he find this kill into Noisia? Dexter looking very aggressive. Llamas with the over the other side of the map. And Dexter, Urkhouse, oh my goodness, Greyhound have turned this into a round once more. 2v3, bomb goes down for Breakaway. But hey, look at this, 2 AKs in the hands of Greyhound.
Oh no, this is on you, Llamas. You got to make a play right now, buddy. Come on, come into the game. This is not looking good.
Well, I do like this here from Breakaway. You know, they are playing together. Dexter is only on 4 HP. You know, no armor as well on 2 of these Greyhound players. Only USP in Dick Stacey's hands. So it is very easily doable for them right now for Breakaway. And there's one. Looks for the second. Looks for the third. And Urkast is there. The man, the legend. We talked about him being the key for success. And he's there to get the defuse and put Greyhound on their 15th round and match point.
Oh, they both set up in CD spawn and the bomb plant wasn't for them. They were forced to go onto the A site because they were worried about somebody defusing it. Ah, no! I can't believe they lost that round. Urkast was the only one with a gun.
I mean, Urkast perfectly, you know, using those 2 remaining teammates to bait those shots out, come in at the end and clean things up. Great stuff there from him and the rest of Greyhound Gaming to get themselves back in the game now by coming out for Greyhound Gaming. And a bit of a, it's not looking too good there for Breakaway. 3 Galils, Tech 9, and the Oomp.
Oh, I mean, I think this is Greyhound's round, but I mean, we'll see what happens. Mid control here, it looks quite interesting. The CD's out post guard will be a... No, good frag from Gyran. We've seen him open up a lot of the rounds for the T-side players here.
But Malta, we've seen him do a lot more than that with aces and whatnot, and picks up Llamas as he comes busting out of Palace. Picks up a second there onto Noisia. Oh, gets tagged down a little bit, but it looks like he's got good control here on this A site. Going to really be holding this bomb plant from going down for Breakaway right now. Has it not in the greatest position. He needs the rest of Breakaway to push forward, and push forward they do. But Dick Stacey is there to back him up in CT, and he finds the trade. The Galil can it do it? Indeed it can. Finding Urkast on short, and now the man, the myth, the Malta. 1v2. Gyra and Andy extremely low in this situation. Bomb going to be going down, but do they know he's rotated? Finds one, looks for the second, cannot get it. And Andy keeps Breakaway in the game, picking up their 9th round.
Well, I don't think Breakaway have actually gone under double digits in any of their matches this season. Oh, and
that's a stat. That's a stat.
That is a stat. So, I mean, they've got one more to go to keep that record intact.
Should we get them a little trophy for themselves? Yeah. Always double digits.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you need wins on the board. I mean, they're getting the entry kills, they're opening up rounds, but I mean, you got to close out rounds. That's the most important because, I mean, they need a Malta. That's what they need right now. They need to bring him into their squad. But I don't think he's going to be jumping ship right now. And Gyro, again, opening up middle with the first frag of the round.
Yeah, this man can see right through those smokes there. They mean nothing to him as he finds that headshot onto Urkast. And I mean, you see the difference here. You know, Breakaway do a very similar buy to what Greyhound did on their T side, the double Mac 10, you know, AKs. There's an M4 roguely sitting in there as well, but you know, they play it quite slowly comparatively to the Greyhound lads. But look at this, Dick Stacey coming out with the 5-7, 1 shot, 1 kill, looks for a second onto Llamas, picks the second one up as well. What year is it with the 5-7 coming out with the double? But has it there to get the trade, 3v3.
Yeah, bringing it back, right? I mean, the Tech 9's been showing up lately as well. I used to love that gun. I think everybody used to. It used to be so overpowered, right? But Dick Stacey with the 1 tap on the 5-7, it's not. It used to be like a walking M4. That's I remember a clip of you back in the day.
You're talking to the 5-7 advocate right here as it looks like Breakaway going to be busting out of B. Look at that molly, not too good as it slows things down. Almost taking Noisia out, 2 HP. Sterling, Orp's not going to help him here as he gets destroyed by the Mac 10, but Malta with the double right there. 5-7 once more, now 1v1. Dexter versus Andy in this 1v1. What's going to be going down here? Andy could have gone for a full rotation, but he opts to plant the bomb onto B site. And look at that, you almost saw Dexter run away for it, but now it's going to be a rotation from him, and he's going to be playing from market. Good decision making here from Dexter. Now, can Andy keep Breakaway in the game? 1 flash, 1 HE, nothing on Dexter as he comes out the window here.
Oh,
Andy not even looking! Not even ready!
He should have known that. He should have known that. Ah, that's a bad game read. But Dexter, once again, he's clinical. This guy is in your head. He is such a game player. Ah, he made so many plays this match.
Well, there we have it. Greyhound Gaming picking the game up 16-9 and stopping not only the streak of Breakaway getting themselves to double-digit rounds.
Yeah, I mean, they're always breaking records, these Greyhound boys, but I mean, they didn't unlock any of the special deals tonight.
We were so close as well, so close. 2 4Ks.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't see the knives coming out either. I mean, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. You know, you don't want to see the knives out there. Do you think Breakaway gave them a bit of a scare, Tom?
Yeah, I think the way Breakaway started probably scared Greyhounds. That's probably why they kept their knives away for that game. You know, they took it a bit serious, I suppose, because Breakaway actually, they can pose a threat, I suppose. They're actually pretty sharp. They just lack a bit of experience, I guess, and a bit of confidence compared to Greyhounds.
Yeah, Greyhounds, they did really give them a lot of respect tonight. I think they played it incredibly seriously, and, you know, Breakaway, you know, I mean, they got stomped in the end.
Well, we've just seen it there. Greyhound Gaming picking up the first game of the night. We're going to go to a quick break, and when we return, make sure you're back here for all the action.
Your brain wants it. Your mouth wants it. These meals aren't out of your league. And how's this for a happy ending? Grab the big league deal from $9.90, only at Carl's Jr.
Flavor, beats that move you.
Welcome back to the Let's Play Live CSGO ANZ Invitational, brought to you by Carl's Jr. Next up, we're going to be having Breakaway taking on... Oh no, next up it's actually... I've been fumbled, boys. I've been fumbled. Next up, it will be Ground Zero taking on Chiefs. Yeah. But we've just seen Breakaway lose to Greyhound Gaming 16-9, where Greyhound Gaming have indeed managed to stop the streak of Breakaway getting to double-digit rounds.
Yeah. Now, it's looking good for Greyhounds to make the finals. We might be seeing them here very well, you know, fit to be playing at the Sky Tower in a few weeks' time. So, I mean, yeah, no, I've been doing a good job.
And I mean, before going into that one, we were just having a chat in the break about it, about Lamas, taking his time in that game. He was our man to watch, and he had a bit of a, like he didn't really turn up as much as he had in previous weeks. Do you think if he was there, that would have been a bit more of a closer game?
I think you could say yes, but like if you sort of look at the rounds, I guess like at the start of the game he didn't really have much impact. They weren't really hitting him much at all, so I guess that sort of drains his confidence. Looking at the scoreboard, you're not getting many kills, and I feel like he could have definitely had more impact. Obviously, you want your best players to have impact, but some games other players just end up finding more players or finding more kills. Like, for example, Noisy is pretty quiet, but if you'd seen that game, he was just finding a lot of kills. Like, a lot of kills were coming his way. So it's just game dependent, really, so you can't take too much out of that.
So, yeah, we've seen Breakaway. Very good performance there against Greyhound, but Greyhound do pick themselves up a win. But if you yourselves at home are looking to do a little bit of CSGO improving, let's have a look at the pro tips done by Wayfarer, brought to you by Carl's Jr., to see how we can improve.
Anything. And pushing the corner. And it's not a... Oh! Nearly splits in a 1v2.
Introducing the in-game leader. This player has the final word, the director who focuses the squad towards a common goal. The in-game leader will have a default play. The default play is a zone defensive tactic teammates can easily fall into to control your area of the map. It works by stopping advancing enemy opponents and gathers information from across the map. Using the information, the in-game leader makes a call to regather and focus their team numbers on a common target. The in-game leader is the most knowledgeable player in the game and understands player mannerisms. This play is a mid fake into a B execute. The IGL sells mid while his team set up for B. The B players encounter the early aggression and win the trade. The IGL makes a split-second decision for his teammates to fall off and go A side. He understands the defense is in full rotation. He opts to capitalize on this moment and commits his team to fall back fast. The immediate response from his teammates meant they capitalized on time and get a free plant. In this instance, the IGL is making a mid-round play. Using information, he is putting himself into position and reorganizing his squad to capitalize. A molly into ladder room prevents CT vision, and he gets free passage into CT spawn. The IGL is already planning ahead, and his teammate respects his calls by patiently waiting. When he approaches his desired position, he makes the call to draw their attention to A main, and takes down the defense from behind.
Well, I think that's quite a relevant sort of conversation from what we've just been having. We see the star players, every week, the big fraggers, they turn up, they get the kills, we talk about them, and, that we kind of, put them in the spotlight. But people that we don't really talk about enough, I feel, is obviously the leaders. And I mean, I guess this is probably really a question for you, Tom, well, both of you actually, IGLs, in your heyday, Mr. I like to talk and tell everybody else what to do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how much harder is it to, be an IGL comparatively to just, entry fragger, per se?
Well, the thing is that you're thinking about the job, and so that draws your attention away from the frags that are directly in front of you. And so you are thinking of a lot of things, so it gets really difficult. You need to be able to have a game plan to help you to be able to move forward and play your best.
So not only, obviously, are you having to, find those kills, but you're also having to, obviously, organise the team and think about how the opposition are playing as well and sort of counteract and counterplay that.
Yeah, well, like your primary focus, I guess, is shifted to what the fraggers are. I mean, not in all circumstances, but half the time you're not really actually like going for a kill or something like that. You're trying to set your teammates up, or you're trying to do something else that's going to benefit someone else, as opposed to doing something that's going to really benefit you or get a kill. So it can be a lot harder that way, and you just have to, I suppose, learn to know that your statistics aren't going to be the best. You're not always going to be fragging, but you're going to be doing a job for your team to get the win.
So a bit of the the unselfish player on the team, almost like the bass player in the band.
Yeah, I guess exactly right. But it's sort of like that in real sports as well. I mean, the strikers in soccer get most of the credit for the goals, but the defenders do quite a lot of work. Same with rugby. The forwards obviously don't get as much praise, and the backs do. But it's for every sport really. Yeah, definitely ties in.
Yeah. But I guess, the big thing as well is, as a player, you couldn't really care, about, the general consensus, if you've got the respect of your teammates and obviously the fear of the opposition, Is that a thing, you'd be scared of coming up against a team who've got, I guess, a really, really strong in-game leader?
Yeah, definitely. you know you're going to encounter things that aren't like normal, I suppose. You're going to encounter different scenarios. You're going to be on the back foot a lot more. I guess when you play teams that have in-game leaders, you would notice that you take quite a lot of aim drills that I guess aren't even. You know, you're getting pushed back quite a lot, or you're getting traded out really easily, or you're getting flashed each time. So yeah, it can be a lot harder.
And I guess one more thing as well, because I mean, both your personalities are quite different. Do you think there's a certain personality type that gravitates toward being, you know, an IGL?
Well, I think it sort of falls into how good you want your team to be. So eventually it comes down to a point like we're not doing things right and someone steps up and takes charge. And that leadership develops you as a person and you take your team onto the next level, the next stage. So yeah, it does take, it takes a bold personality to be able to take your team forward. And, you know, I mean, there's a lot of different IGLs and a lot of different ways that people do it. So anything can happen.
Well, we're just about to get into match number 2. Let's hope I don't whoop this one. It's going to be Ground Zero taking on Chiefs. Ground Zero still yet to pick themselves up a win this season. Chiefs coming off a loss last week after being in China playing in a tournament, so they put forward their academy team. Talk us through, you know, a little bit about this matchup here, Chris.
Yeah, well, I mean, Ground Zero, they really haven't risen up to their best, and they have players at their peak who have performed on a grand stage, which would rival Chiefs. But we haven't seen that. I mean, we're looking at players based on their past and not their present.
Well, let's have a look at the Ground Zero squad. A lot of individual talent here. Extinct, Destiny, Burn, Are You OK, Bernie, Nickers, and Void. Tom?
Yeah, I'd like to see Nickers maybe help us out this week. You know, either get on the highlight board or not cost us a cheeseburger. That would definitely help.
Wow, there is a fair bit of salt in this comment here.
But you know. But no, I think old Destiny would have to. You'd like to see him step it up. You know, Mark usually produces the goods, but we haven't really seen much goods produced, to be honest. So yeah.
Yeah, well, last week there was very little goods producing. You know, dropping to TM 16-1.
Yeah,
pretty tough for them.
It's a tough feat going up against Tainted Minds when they've just brought in Ustillo into their squad as well. When we've hyped him up big time.
Well, having a look at the Chiefs squad here, we've got Moe CQ, Texter, Iron, Infrequent, and Flix, who have just got back from playing, obviously, at international land in China. How do you think they're feeling, Chris?
Oh, they're going to be hyped. I mean, they would have been disappointed with the result because I think they were expecting to make it through to at least the semi-finals. Losing out in the quarterfinals, they looked beautiful in the playoffs.
Beautiful?
They were playing beautiful CS. But I guess they still have holes in their game, which Ground Zero could potentially exploit.
Well, let's see if Burn's going to be able to exploit those holes tonight, as he's going to be our key player matchup here coming up against Infrequent, who is obviously frequently good with the AWP. I said I wouldn't do it, but I've just done it.
That is awesome.
Yeah, well, traditionally we don't know Burn as an AWPer. We know him as a rifle player, but in this league so far, and for Ground Zero, he's been an AWPer. And I don't think he can rival the likes of Infrequent, who has been one of the best AWPers in Australasia.
Say it. You'd say it.
He's frequently good.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I mean, a couple of highlights here from the weeks past.
Showing that he can AWP.
The Burn, he's definitely okay with the AWP.
Yes. Another one there. I like it.
I think he's better with the deagle.
Yeah, as we said before, he definitely knows how to hit a 1v.
Yeah. Oh. My memories of Burn in tournaments and bygones is him just making massive plays with the deagle. Those one-taps.
He gets it done.
And Frequent's definitely getting it done here on Nuke. What a boomer of a game this was.
Yeah, this is very much a confidence team. Chiefs are very arrogant in the way they play. They all believe that they're the best player. And they can all step up and make these individual impacts on their opponents. Infrequent here dominating with the AK and the AWP. He was a huge presence on that Nuke game last week. And if he shows up like that, I mean, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with, and they're going to struggle.
Well, we know the map's going to be cache. I mean, how do you feel this matchup's going to play into each of these teams' strengths, weaknesses?
Well, last week, Ground Zero got smoked. They did. They got smoked on cache. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if they can step up on their performance.
Well, do you think, obviously, you know, because they got smoked, they were like, hey, you know what, boys, we need to go back to the drawing board, need to do a little bit of work on cache. Do you think we're going to see a new Ground Zero tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually do as well. I think Ground Zero's actually going to play well this game and maybe give Chiefs a run for their money here.
Well, we didn't do predictions for the last one.
No!
But
I'll go 7 out of 7.
But let's just go real quick.
hard and fast?
I'm going to have to go Chiefs, but I wouldn't be surprised if Ground Zero come with an upset here.
I'd have to go Chiefs as well.
I'm going to go with Chiefs as well. They're going to be feeling good after China last week. They're going to be feeling fresh. As much as I'd like to see Ground Zero win, my brain's telling me Chiefs. But round number 1, look at this. USPs across the board. Obviously, no one buying any sort of sneaky pistols here on the CT side. 1 molly, smoke, and a flash to work with on the Chiefs side. Iron already going down to 31 points of health. As, look at this, Burns already made his way out onto the A site, and this is not looking too good for Chiefs right here, as the rest of Ground Zero looking to be bursting out of B, but it's not going to happen. They're going to make their way back to A.
Oh, wow, man, I'm so glad that they actually fell off the B side. If they had pushed into that, the CTs were just waiting for it.
Yeah, well, look at this. Burn needs to hold this A site down there, as Moe going to find that kill onto Extinct. So that's not the greatest start here. And Texter finding a second one onto Destiny, but now Burn, the man, needs to be able to hold the site down. Void looking to bust out of Squeaky here, finds the kill onto Flix. But look at that line there from Moe, looking to find just that pixel, but infrequent. Gets that headshot there, and he is going to be taking Void out. Now Burn, all on his lonesome. He's got the bomb, goes down, so that'll be a good bit of money there for Ground Zero. And finds a second one, but Moe had his eyes set on that spot. Will pick the round up for Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, Burn got so much information. I mean, he had to rotate his team. But they were anticipating a fake. They were anticipating Burn being able to pick up a frag on the A side, which would have rotated the CTs off B side. And he just didn't get it. And that's clever play from the CT players. But you could also tell that they were ready. They were ready for Ground Zero to go towards the B side. Even though Burn was on the A side, they didn't leave that hold. They held, and they were patient, and it was at the very last moment that they moved, and it was a beautiful play.
Yeah, as I sort of saw Burn work out there onto the A side, I thought that was all she wrote almost there for Chiefs. But coming into round number 2, going to be a few CZs, P250s bought here for the side of Ground Zero to see if they can get themselves a little bit of economy damage here. Be very interesting to see. But it looks like Chiefs looking to get control at A main already. A little bit of info there for Ground Zero, but look at that nade right at the toes of Destiny, down to 11 HP.
Yeah, nice to nade you. Fire out. That's a good start to the round for the Chiefs.
Are you all right there? Did you just say what I think you just said?
Oh, mate, you wait for it. I'm going to bring on some more one-liners.
I've opened the floodgates here, as Iron looking to open the floodgates now. Picks up one, finds the second onto Burn, looking for a third here, as he is really hungry to pick up these eco kills. Does a little bit of damage to Extinct now. Falling back into B, picks up a third here as well. And I mean, if you're me, if you're at home, you want to see Iron right now getting a little bit frisky, push away, get into B there, mate, and get that ace for us. I'm hungry. Are you hungry?
I'm hungry, man. We've got to unlock some of these specials. That first game was a disappointment. We came so close, but no, we haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to keep the streak going here. Don't take him out. It's going to be Destiny, 11 HP getting pushed. Moe's all over him. Oh, but Destiny finds the head of Moe. Nice little bit of economy damage there, but Texter gets the trade. Second round for Chiefs, and things are looking good.
Yeah, it's a good start for the CT side. That's what you want to see on Cache as well. A dominant sort of game so far. I mean, Destiny hasn't been able to do too much, but now we're seeing with the AKs, and we're going to see the game truly begin now.
Yeah, so full buy there coming up for the Ground Zero side. No AWP, obviously not able to buy one just yet for them, so it's going to be AKs across the board. A lot of utility to work with here. Going to be 2 going up onto Boost, but they get mollied up straight away. Look at Texas push coming straight through the smoke here into mid. Nick is not in a good spot right now, and Texter makes him pay for that little early spray through the smoke, and now Texter in a great spot to gather a lot of intel here for Chiefs.
Oh, that's a beautiful play there. I mean, the AK player was just not ready for him at all. And that was just a good frag, and he's there again. And where's the communication between teammates? He should have known that Texter pushed through the smoke. Why was he believing that the player stepped back? Good pickup from Void, but I mean, that's just not good work with the bomb in such an open position right now.
Yeah, Burn should have never gone down there, but now Void down to 1 HP. Infrequent goes for the peek out mid. Misses the shot, but finds the nade kill there. Kobe Bryant, see you later, mate. And Extinct now come bursting up out of mid. Finds the kill. Has a decent bit of control there on white box, but needs to be very careful as Destiny still not out of mid main. But Flix holding the bomb over here. No wonder there's not much happening here. And this is not good for Ground Zero right now. Destiny needs to do the most amazing peak of his life. Here he goes, and he walks into Flix's crosshair.
Yeah, I mean, his teammates not to be seen. Come on, guys. I mean, you need to go get some microphones and communicate this. This is basic stuff. You need to work together. I mean,
they need to get some microphones, Andrew.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, at this level, come on, boys. It doesn't look like you got any at the moment. But I mean, Extinct's got a massive
Maybe they just
play.
accidentally pressed the mute button.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, boys. Sorry.
You know, it's all right. Get back into the game now. Extinct, great
17
kills there.
seconds.
17 seconds. He should be able to make it to A if he does commit to it. And he will be able to get the bomb down. He just goes straight for the plant. And Frequent
He's got it.
takes the gamble on B. He comes up short. 1 second left. And that's going to be the bomb going down for Ground Zero. Extinct. Crucial play here and now on Frequent in the 1v1. He's going to drop the AWP for the AK. Smart play there. And Frequent, though, 74 HP, but both AK versus AK. First headshot's going to win the duel, as it were. And is it just me, or is Extinct on... he's got 3. He's got 3. I was almost got a little bit ahead of myself there. Oh, he's made noise, though. He's made noise, and Extinct is all over him, and he picks the round up for Ground Zero, and they're on the board, Chris.
Yeah, here we were saying that this was mission impossible, and he pulls it out of the bag. I mean, Frequent was just not positioned with the AWP to be able to capitalise on the trade, and Extinct got that round. I mean, with a second to spare to get that plant. He was so lucky.
Well, I'm going to start calling Extinct Tom Cruise now.
Mission impossible. Well, are we going to see a sequel? That's what I want to know.
Well, let's find out. There are only 3 M4s here on the side of Chiefs. Looking to get, again, control of A main. Destiny in a bad spot. Gets caught with his pants down there, and Texter manages to take him out. Iron Man is ready here to help him out. Straight through the smoke. X-ray vision. Look at this guy. Tony Stark as well. Takes out Burn. 3v5.
Just so everybody at home knows that you can't actually see through the X-ray vision. That is just for the viewers at home to be able to see what's actually happening within the game.
Yeah, and I mean, great stuff there from Chiefs to get control right back over Ground Zero. You know, Ground Zero probably built themselves up a little bit of confidence there. Extinct picking up that win. Mr. Tom Cruise with Mission Impossible, but Chiefs right back on top of them. But Ground Zero, a little bit of mid-control. Let's see what they do with it here. Nick is looking to creep his way up short. He hasn't been spotted out just yet. If he can find a sneaky pick here, he finds the toes. It's going to be, oh my goodness, he gets a double. Unbelievable.
Triple.
You want to see Nick is on the highlight reel. Here he goes. That's a third one for Nick is. Oh my goodness, here we go. Nick is coming out of nowhere, but flicks all over him. Doesn't even need to flick his mouse there.
And here we go, here we go again. We got the sequel, brothers. We got the sequel coming up. Come on.
No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Production, if you have the Mission Impossible theme, please play it now. As Extinct is going to get the bomb down in the default position. 1v2. Going to be very difficult for him here. He's got 1 fight to work with. Fully white here. Can't find the spray at all. And Flick's going to come out, take that one out. Oh, my. Oh. It looks like it's a tea party right there. And it's not the kind of...
Disrespect.
Bit of teabagging going on there from Flicks, but establishing the dominance there for the Chiefs side as they pick themselves up the third round.
Yeah. Flicks is going to clip that and send that to your mailbox for later. Yeah. Yeah, 3-1 lead for Chiefs Esports. I mean, Ground Zero do need to step up the early game. Their presence at the start of the round needs to pick up. They're losing too many players. And Nikez and Extinct have been asked to do too much.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty big round for Nikez in that last one, but just, again, it might be communication. They might still have their mics muted here, Chris. So,
that's true, that's true.
Maybe send them a quick tweet, tell them to unmute, and they'll be away because they're looking pretty good in these first 4 rounds. But coming into round number 5, it's going to be a fast A play here from Ground Zero. They just come busting out of main here. 2 kills for Chiefs, but Nikez does manage to find a trade with that Deagle. Destiny not in a great spot, though. Oh, but if he does manage to find a kill, it'll be good stuff. But Texter all over Nikez, catching him on the edge of that smoke there. And now Destiny just creeping away. And look at this. Oh, can't find Moe either. And almost flawless round there for Chiefs, managing to hold on to a lot of utility, a lot of guns. 4-1 to Chiefs.
Caps him, but unable to kill him. Unlucky. I mean, that CZ is lethal, but he should have probably had a 5-7, right? Yeah.
I mean, that's obviously the reason.
After what we saw last round, far out. But yeah, again, we're going to see the full buy from the AK with the AKs on the T side, and hopefully this is a round where they're going to be able to bring themselves back into the game and get some rounds on the board.
Yeah, so AKs across the board here for Ground Zero, coming into round number 6. It looks like, again, they should be getting this mid-control. You'd really like to see it now from Ground Zero. Get themselves up on boost, get themselves a bit of control, get themselves a bit of intel, and go for a slower play here because, busting out for them is just not working. They're getting absolutely mowed down now by Chiefs.
Well, it looks like they're only playing a player in Z for the CT side at the moment, so they're pretty much giving up mid, and they're just playing for information at this stage. So I wonder if the CT side players will actually pick up on that and use a lot of utility. But oh, Texter almost getting caught out there.
But Texter now has a lot of information to work with. He knows these Ground Zero players are coming up through mid. But are they aware of the B split play here? It looks like they've got 3 sitting over towards the B site already with that 1 player in Z as well. So Chiefs are going to be ready for this push if Ground Zero do commit to B.
Well, it looks like they're going to gather the bomb, but I'm not too sure where they're going to go just yet. But the clock is ticking.
One tap there onto Nickers through with the M4. Doesn't manage to find the kill, but that'll finish it off there. Texter only needs a pixel, and he'll take you to Funky Town, it seems, as now Ground Zero looking to work their way up short. Sneaky beaky like. Burn going to be watching the Z-Con there for Destiny. As he works his way up, he needs to find this kill. This is extremely crucial as they have no utility to work with. Moe gets the intel there, only loses 59 HP, so it should be it's pretty good for them right now.
Well, 20 seconds on the clock, and the T-side players have not pushed anything just yet. They've done nothing with their mid-control. They're going to be tight for time.
Oh, but look at this, 2 big frags there. 3 big frags there. Tom Cruise back at it again, Extinct with the double now. They do have a little bit of control, but can they get the bomb down? 6 seconds left on the clock. Time is ticking. Destiny in a great position, and the bomb goes down just in the nick of time. Ground Zero keeping us on the edge of our seats to get the bomb down on B, and this surely should be a save for Chiefs.
Yeah, big individual plays once again, and that's what Ground Zero are capable of doing. Chiefs, I guess they're not like as fine-tuned as we thought they are. But yeah, I mean, they're cutting it close, Ground Zero. I mean, these round wins, they're just getting them. They're only just getting them. I'd like to see a little bit more dominance. I'd like to see the first frag go in their favour. We haven't seen that yet from them, but another round on the board.
I mean, in that situation, you think that Chiefs have played that round as well as they could have, but it's just that raw individual skill that we've talked about from Ground Zero, where they just come busting out and win those aim battles.
Yeah. Big plays. Big individual plays. And that's nice work from Extinct and Destiny in that round.
Well, they do manage to hold on to the AWP, and I believe, was it M4?
Yes.
So still do have enough to obviously buy up once more. It's going to be a crucial round here, Ground Zero. If they do manage to pick this round up, they will be able to break that Chiefs economy and get themselves right back in this game, as Chiefs are leading currently 4-2. But look at this, 3 towards A, and are we going to see Chiefs again go for that A main control?
Yeah, and it's been troublesome as well. I mean, that information really helps with their B defense as well, being able to control that. It dominates the A site, puts a lot of pressure on a player like Destiny who's working Squeak. He doesn't have his teammates assisting him on A main.
I mean, they did exactly that. They did bust out and try and get that A main control, but Destiny may have caught a footstep or two of those players there. And now Iron managed to catch him, doesn't manage to land that shot. It looked like he was right on him there, but can't come up with the goods, it seems. Now Destiny looking to make some plays out of Squeaky here. He knows he's heard a couple of players out here, but that's a position from infrequent, something to be very careful of. If they don't check that and come busting out of A, it's going to be all over Red Rover.
Void's set up in a trap position to catch off the CT, but he has been timed, and Flix has managed to cross his line just as he looks away. This is going to be troublesome for him, and if they fall back to B, they're in deep trouble.
Oh, Flix. Oh, no. Here he goes. Here we go. It's going to be some fries, and it's away. Flix finding the knife there onto Void, and now he's in a great spot as well to stop the push coming up from Ground Zero. Moe finds one, and now Flix over in the sunroof, looking for a second, gets taken out. He's a little bit too giddy with his free fries there, and now we are in the 2v2. Burn going to be getting the bomb down, planted for B main here. Extinct sitting over in checkers, ready for that vent push. But Moe going to be coming through from heaven now. He's going to have Infrequent in hand with him. Infrequent going to need to find a pick with that AWP before they bust out. But Ground Zero not giving them any room at all, staying completely hidden. Look at that line from Burn. Finds one, finds two. Ground Zero with the round and the free fries. Throw it up for us, guys.
What a round. Oh, beautiful. So just so everybody knows, you can go over to a Carl's Jr. tomorrow and get your free fries for the Knife Expert presented by LPL. I mean, that was huge. What a knife kill from Flicks just then. That was beautiful work.
So yeah, if you are in New Zealand, before 11 p.m. tomorrow, get into Carl's Jr., pick yourself up your free fries. There still may be more before the end of the evening. And Ground Zero putting on a show here, coming into round number 8. 4-3, Chiefs are leading the way, but this should surely be Ground Zero as Chiefs on eco this round. 1 P250, 1 Deagle, Burns got the line, Burns got the angle, peeks right into him, manages to take Moe down to 9 HP, he'll re-peek it, he doesn't care, and Burn will take him out. That'll be all she wrote there for Moe. He's not too fast. He's ready for the next round.
Well, it looks like the T-side players are playing a slow round at the moment. Zone control, controlling their half of the map. And, yeah, I guess they're just playing it safe because they don't know where the stack is with these pistols.
Yeah, not wanting to lose any guns to the lackluster economy right now of Chiefs. Look at that. Getting tagged all down the way. This Nick is nade. Can he find one? Not today. He's going to need to go back to target practice for a little bit as the Chiefs players a little bit too fast, too furious. Falling back here, Flex looking to find a 1B into mid. Look at that head, he can just see it. Ooh,
it's coming.
Oh, that nade does some decent work there, taking him down to 48. Almost finding the head though. Destiny gets taken out by a USP. What's going on here? 2 kills now, Flex finding a second. This is great stuff here for Chiefs. Do not take away from the fact, obviously, Ground Zero are ahead on players right now, but Chiefs finding 2 kills on this eco is very, very good. Oh, and make that 3.
Where's your teammate? You're pushing on to B side. Come on, Ground Zero.
Oh, no. Don't give me another Iron Man reference to use right now. There we go. Nickes manages to get past the cross and get the bomb down for B main. Surely, 2v2 here. That's going to be the MP5 and the USP. 1 nade coming out right now. Takes Nickes down to 47. Good amount of damage there. 1 flash on Nickes as well, so do watch out. Does have the counter flash, but Iron and Flicks ready to push in together here. Looking to trade this one out. Extinct taken down to 46, and as they come busting out, Flicks ready to get the trade there. No. Flicks unbelievably gets the kill. 1v1, Extinct 7 HP, and Flicks is charging for him right now. Surely, right now, Extinct, there he is. Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible, can't stop this man. Will pick up Ground Zero's 4th round.
Yeah, I mean, that comes down to Extinct again, making plays, Mission Impossible. He is asked to do a lot right now, and he's stepping up. He's the logical player for this squad in Ground Zero at the moment. I mean, they can all step up individually, but you can see lazy plays. Burn pushing on the B side, he had 2 teammates rotating towards him. He just needed to wait a matter of 3 to 5 seconds, and he would not have died in that position. Or, at least, he would have been traded out.
I mean, I did call it Mission Impossible there, but I mean, that was really Mission Possible, to be quite honest. Oh, Nick has great line there. Finally getting him. Oh, looks for a second there. Almost getting on a highlight reel play there as he peeks out and takes Moe down to 29. Taking a bit of damage himself now, down to 62. Will be forced to fall back, but look at this. Destiny, his best friend is the squeaky door this game.
Yeah, I mean, this is his position. He's a lurk player, he reads the game, he gets a lot of sound information from that position, and he can call to his teammates where they are. Yeah.
I mean, you were speaking about, him being the, I said about him being on the squeaky player here, but you've got to watch out for Flicks here. He's been an absolute...
Look at this, he's onto the A side.
Oh, has he managed to somehow get out there? Unbelievable. Destiny, big plays here, taking out Infrequent. He needs to just hide now and wait for the rest of Chiefs to get out there. Void gets taken down by Flicks, though. Again, Flicks, great plays over there on B. Extinct there, ready to trade him out, though. And right now, Chiefs do not know what's happening. Players are coming at them from left and right. Players on B, players on A, but now Moe taking out Destiny is really going to hinder what Ground Zero are doing, and they're going for that rotation over towards A.
Oh, on a 3v2, but CT players are isolated, so technically a 3v1. This is going to be troublesome for Moe. He's got to pull out a big play right now if he's going to win this round. But Molly's forcing him out, and he's totally drawn into the line of sight of Burn. It's beautiful teamwork. It's great to see it from Ground Zero. We haven't seen it so far, but these individual players, they're really stepping up.
And I mean, there it is, we sort of talked about this as well earlier in the show, Burn with the AWP, he's the big AWPer, it seems, for Ground Zero, picking up that kill. You would have loved to see him get the molly, though.
Yeah, cooked to a crisp.
Now, Iron not moving with enough haste here to really go for this 1v3, looking to see if he can get some exit kills here and just do a little bit of economical damage to the side of Ground Zero. Nice little position here for him. Going to be able to hold on to a couple of nades as well, but Chiefs now managing to fall behind.
Yeah, this is nice work from Ground Zero. I mean, I'm really enjoying it. This has been a really fun match to watch. I mean, we've seen individual players step up, and every round has come to the wire. 1 versus 1 plays, 2 versus 1 clutches. The bomb's getting planted. We're seeing some massive plays, and this is entertaining Counter-Strike right now.
So coming into round number 10, Ground Zero leading the game. 5 rounds to 4 over Chiefs Esports. Ground Zero on the terrorist side as well. So they're definitely going to be feeling good. Full buy coming out from Ground Zero. Eco for the side of Chiefs. They do have 1 AK in the hands of Iron, 1 smoke, 1 molly, and a flash on Moe. They've really got their work cut out for them on this round. And Moe's already out of this one before he can even throw a nade. They look like they're pushing into B here. Burn. Oh, there's a TK coming through. It doesn't matter, though, at this point, as Ground Zero are just cleaning them up. And it's just the 1 man left. It's going to be Texter getting burnt out of his spot. Can barely find an angle. Finds a 1B, though, and the bomb. Could we see it here? Unbelievable, but he's getting sandwiched in right now. It's going to be impossible. Flash comes through. He's being flanked right here. Can't find the deagle. Nickers will sneak up behind him and get the kill. And that's going to be a 6th round there for Ground Zero.
No, nice win from Ground Zero there. I mean, they opted to go B and they got aggressive players from the CT, which actually enabled them to be able to get onto the B side with some early kills. But again, we're seeing mistakes made. I mean, that bomb crossing and being thrown into that position. I mean, a good player can sometimes get lucky and make easy shots there with the deagle. A couple of one-taps with a T-side player peeking him. I mean, it's a mistake made. They got to clean up their act a little bit.
Well, it looks like we've got a pause coming in here, so I mean, let's again cross over to our man on the ground, Mr. Thomas Blackout Richmond. How are you feeling with this game so far?
I had a feeling that Ground Zero, sorry about that, that was pretty woo, but I had a feeling that the old Ground Zero boys were going to come out and play some good CSA, and I think Chiefs will get back into it, but yeah, Ground Zero playing well.
You been talking to them midweek?
Yeah, I had a few messages back and forth, you know, a few Facebook chats with them, and things seem to be going well. So
bit of banter going back and forth.
Well, Iron going to be having the AWP in his hands here, looking down on B, misses that peek just for a split second there. It's the double AWP setup here for Chiefs, 1 in the hands of Infrequent as well. Iron playing from checkers again, hasn't been. Oh, there we go! Void walking right into his crosshair, falls for it, hook, line, and sinker. Ground Zero now again looking to get control of this mid. Oh, just split seconds off on their timings here, trying to find these picks. You know, looks like he's managed to do a bit of damage to him, but he hasn't. Oh, and Nicky is finding that kill into Moe in the vent, but Texter there to get the trade, and now Iron pushing into B main, getting a lot of intel. Ground Zero wasting no time. They're not worried about how hot the floor is. Extinct finding that kill into Flicks over at quad. Texter, again, now look at this. Chiefs finding trades all over the place. It's a 2v3. Bomb goes down, though, for A main. It's all going to probably fall onto Burn, but Destiny needs to get a kill here. He does find one, looking to get a second spray through the smoke. Can't find that second kill there, and now Burn falling back into A main. He's fast and he's furious and he's got Iron. Unbelievable.
That's a beautiful frag from Burn. And here we go with Infrequent. I mean, we were talking about in the early game, and he gets a read and he plays the USP. How's he going to do this? Oh! Destiny. I mean, he's the man that you want in these situations, and he steps up with 20 HP. Massive kill against Infrequent, and that's another round on the board for Ground Zero. 7-4 lead to Ground Zero. The 3 of us, we all tipped Chiefs to win this match, and Ground Zero is finally showing up. It's such a hard team to predict. I mean, this is a squad with individual players who can rise up.
And I mean, it seems to be a common occurrence. You know, we put our 2 sort of big players to match up, and each week it seems to be the same thing. One player goes absolutely nuts. We see Burn topping there for the side of Ground Zero, and we see Infrequent nowhere to be found, bottom of the scoreboard. But look at that nade there from Destiny blowing up Moe. Look at Burn, he is just blowing them up in mid here, but Infrequent, nice trade kill there. Very important as well as they are on the eco. They managed to swindle the AWP off the boost. So Texter, he's going to be getting his Nikes on right now and boosting it away, trying to hold on to this AWP. If he can get out of the round with this alive, it'll be great stuff, but they are already all over him, Ground Zero.
I want to know, was that nade a 100 HP nade? It was a clean nade kill, wasn't it?
It must have been.
He wouldn't have had vision, surely.
Well, unless someone else's nade, like, you know, gave him a little
bit of a nudge, maybe.
Little tickle.
Little tickle, yeah.
Little,
I know what you're talking
about. You know,
about.
how's your sister?
Yeah. Yeah, a couple of nades thrown at him, eh?
Well, now, coming into round 13, Ground Zero, unbelievably leading the game here, 8-4, against all odds. And they are looking good. They've really built up some momentum now. And look at this. Chiefs looking to get a little bit aggressive on mid, and I think this is what Chiefs need to change up.
Yeah, well, their presence on B has been quite solid, but this mid control, it's actually a little bit hard to be able to get a read on where Ground Zero has been winning this match. It's the interesting use of Squeak and the smokes, and how they've been basically just sort of trading out players for space on the map. not actually trading out players for kills, but getting into positions where they had the leeway and the creativity to be able to make multiple frags. For instance, Niki's, when he got out mid up onto white box, he got 3 kills on white box, pushing up towards the A side. Yeah, it's those sort of positions. They've got the individual skill to be able to make something out of nothing.
Well, the double AWP setup didn't work for Chiefs in the last round. Let's see if it can work out for them this round again. They have managed to change up the positions very slightly, and Frequent going to be sitting over on quad once more, though. And look at this, Destiny's just waltzed his way out onto the A site. And this could be disastrous for Chiefs if he manages to find a pick once more. Look at this, he gets one. Destiny really opening this A side up here in chain rounds, but Infrequent going to be able to find the trade there. But the rest of the rounds here were already Infrequent. Here we go. It's time for him to come to the party. Looking for a third. There we go. Can he get it? Oh my goodness, and the double AWPs come out on top this time for Chiefs to get themselves their 5th round.
Yeah, that was a big play from Infrequent with 3K there. I mean, beautiful work from Destiny to be able to get out onto the side. We've seen him do that time and time again, how he uses those smokes to just sort of maneuver himself around into a position where he can catch a CT off guard. It's a smart and logical play. He's using his experience to get into these positions, but Infrequent shut them down big time with the AWP, and that's what he does well. And it's good to see him being able to do that so early in the game.
Oh, and Burn answers right back. Takes out Iron there with the AWP into checkers. He's read him like a book there. Iron again has always been very aggressive here over on this B site. Always looking for these aggressive lines, and Burn makes him pay this round. And look at this, Ground Zero wasting no time, busting straight out. And Frequent's there though to help the party. Look at this, Flicks on the site looking for a second. He manages to pick up the 2K here. He's anchoring down this B site with Infrequent in tow. And this is no worries here for Chiefs. Moe through the smoke, no worries at all. And now Extinct by himself is going to get taken out by Texter. And Chiefs right back in this one, picking up their 6th round.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play from Flicks on the B site with a flash and peek, catching both of them and completely white screened out, picking up both frags as well. He had the call to do it, and that's what we've seen last week as well from Flicks. He had a big game last week, a big game, and we haven't seen it just yet, but that was a big play. So we've got a long way to go. 8-6 lead to Ground Zero. We didn't really see it coming, but that's a great starting point to get into this game.
Well, if I was a betting man, it's almost going to be 8-7 here as Ground Zero put themselves in a very bad spot for this last round. Going to be having to force up here. 2 ZZs, 2 Deagles, and 1 Scout. Got a decent amount of nades to work with though. Flashes across the board. Look at that. You've got to watch out for Nikez's decoy. Anything could happen there. And but full buy across for the side of Chiefs. You know, double AWP. It's worked for them once before. Let's see if it's going to come out for them again. Are they going to peek right into Infrequent's line? Let's see. Oh, pulls his nade out there. And as he hears the squeaky door open, the smokes are up. And Frequent doesn't even need to see anybody as he takes Void out through the smoke. Oh, he goes for the wallbang. Doesn't connect just yet. But Chiefs are indeed ready for the rotation here. But Ground Zero have yet to push fully out just yet. So if they can sell this, if they can maybe get back. But Texter takes Destiny through the smoke.
Yeah, well, the T-side players are totally dominating with this round right now. They've totally shut down the execute on the A side. They understand that Destiny's pushing out Squeak and the team was building up on A main, but they did a fantastic job.
And so, Tom, what do you think so far?
There was a pretty even half, to be honest. I think the boys, getting my words mixed up, the Ground Zero boys started off well, but Chiefs sort of came back into the game there with the last few rounds. I think Chiefs will probably run away with it on T side. It'll probably be a bit hard for the boys to.
Ground Zero won the first half 8-7. They won. They won.
They won, Tom.
The first half. We
All right,
did not predict.
That's enough. We're putting you back in the box now. Back to the field. Back to the field.
Hey,
it's raining.
Tip them. You're
It's
gonna
raining
get one
over here.
wrong, man. Well, we don't know that. Long way to go. Long way to go.
Need an umbrella.
Well, pistol round now. Let's see what Chiefs are going to be doing on their T side. And it doesn't look like they're going to be mucking around at all as they just come charging straight out onto A. Decent smokes have come through. Oh, Extinct finding that shot through the smoke onto Texter. Oh, here we go. Bomb's going to go down as well. And big long rotation now coming around for Ground Zero. Love the patient play here, Chris.
Well, the CTs have no utility here, but they have position and they have numbers. They were lucky to catch that shot through the smoke. Iron turning things around, 4-on-4 with the bomb down. Sometimes the bomb's like another player, but here we go. The CTs have to start making a move.
And we know how
Flicks
strong
with a
these
huge shot.
strong these Glocks are though in close range quarters. And look at this, Flick's in a great spot here. He just needs to land the shots. He finds one onto Void, and now Destiny, all on his lonesome, gets absolutely annihilated by Flixen and Frequent. And Chiefs pick the pistol round up. 8-8 is the scoreline coming into round 7. Will it be as Tom has predicted, and will Chiefs come rolling through heavy on T side?
I mean, I don't know. Ground zero, they're pumped and they're making big plays, but that's a great round for Chiefs to get back into it.
You sound pumped. Maybe you could channel your energy and give it to them.
Look! I do this, right? I mean, I do get into it. I get excited.
What do you do? Can you do it for us again?
No, I'm not going to do that again.
Molly's coming through into checkers. Void stands no chance here as he gets taken out there. He does manage to somehow get himself a kill with the USP. Texter, not worried at all. Running and gunning, takes him out, and the B site now fully in control of the Chiefs esports team.
Well, this is a dominant round from the T-side players here. I mean, they've got the full bite. I mean, they're dominating with those MAC-10s and UMPs, and it's a fast play onto the B side with an easy plant. That's going to boost their economy whether they win it or lose it, but they're not likely to lose it. CT players here, economy down. They're just trying to pick up frags.
Nice couple of kills here though. Decent little bit of economy damage. There was a Zeus on the on Texter there as well. So I mean, look, and Frequent's picked it up here. I mean, there's obviously good plays you can actually run with the Zeus. But I mean,
Moe's the man for the Zeus. I mean, he's renowned for it. He always gets one. Although I don't think he's got a one this tournament so far, but I've seen him collect so many. He just gets into these positions with the, there's a bit of leeway between you and me, like where we're sitting right now, and I'd totally zap you if I had one.
Well, I would say so.
Somehow I'm getting tased, but Burn with the great line here. Gonna be taking out Iron. Look at this. Looks for a second. Burn turning up. Looks for a third. Oh my goodness. Oh, we're seeing it. Come on, I'm hungry. It's Moe. Does he want to peek it? Oh, and Burn's hungry. I'm hungry. Ah, Moe! Thwarted in the last second. The jumping MAC-10. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I cannot contain myself right now.
He was playing for the fans right there, man. He was hunting it.
Oh, Burn got a little bit too big for his Carl's Jr. there. Goes for the aggressive peek and gets jumped on by Moe's MAC-10.
That's a highlight reel no matter what. And we were questioning him using an AWP, and here he is doing plays like that. That was massive. Sending them straight into a mat pause, like looking at each other like, what was that, boys? What was that? That was Burn, open us, shutting us down big time.
Well, if you want to talk about shutting us down, that's Moe shutting us down for the free fries and drink. They're taking away the ace with a great, little bit of MAC-10 work there, but...
It was so close.
Let's have a look at that once more.
So close.
Oh, this is the highlight of the round. Here we go. The MAC-10 boom! If you'd asked me to put money on that, there is no way I would have said that MAC-10's winning that.
That's a jumping MAC-10. He was mid-air.
And Burn's obviously so warm as well, he feels like he can't miss anything there. Yeah. But coming into round 19, 9-9 apiece. This is neck and neck right here between these two teams. And Destiny looking for that rotation back onto A just to help Extinct out. And because we can see Chiefs are coming all over this A site. They are ready for it. Look at this, 3 and 4 in checkers, 1 in A main. Very interesting play here. Let's see if this works out for them. Whoa! And they just get banged through the door there. Destiny gets one. Nicky's got the second. Look at this sneaky chap, Moe, coming out on the forklift. He gets taken out by Destiny as well. And Frequent finding a little trade. But it's not really going to be enough, I believe. As look at ground zero right now. They are just charging them. But Iron will get that kill.
Yeah, no, I thought Destiny had that. But 3-on-2, I mean, there's still a chance here for Infrequent and Iron to be able to pull through with a win. But with a minute on the clock and position, they're in a bit of...
Iron, great spot here. Look at this. Iron turning the round back into, I would say, his favour actually. Oh, but Infrequent getting taken out by Void. Needs to find this frag. Look at this line he's got. Oh, Iron comes out on top, and now it's a 1v1. Iron has the bomb as well. He's just going to be gunning it straight for the B site. Should be able to get there just in the nick of time. Extinct may be able to catch him on the cross, though. Let's see.
Well, I wonder if Tom Cruise can win this one. Yeah, he's done it time and time again. But is he going to hit the plant? He's going to hit the plant, but he's faked it.
Iron. Smart play, but Extinct even smarter with that aggression, comes charging out there, not worried at all. Thinks Iron's going straight for that bomb plant, comes out on top, and this man, Mr. Tom Cruise, has been incredibly clutch here for Ground Zero tonight.
Yeah, he's got some highlight reels tonight. He's done a fantastic job for Ground Zero. And he made some plays for Ground Zero last time on Cash as well, when they really struggled. So, yeah, this time around, his teammates are showing up.
So, Ground Zero back again in the lead, 10-9, coming into round 20, and they've got money to burn. They've got 2 MP5s looking to build up some more economy, and just pistols here for the side of Chiefs. Full eco coming through from them, 2 P250s to work with. So this should be another one for Ground Zero.
Yeah, 10-9 lead for Ground Zero going on to 11 rounds. I mean, they're doing a fantastic job. They've got full control of Sunroom right now, which is going to be able to generate a lot of information for his teammates. They don't really need to challenge mid at this point. They've got numbers, but then early they've given up a kill.
You'd almost say the sun was shining there for Ground Zero until Iron somehow finds that kill. Now he's got an AK in his hand, but he gets taken out by Extinct. Look at this, the man, the legend himself, back once again, but he's getting overrun right here. He finds one, but Texter is there to find the trade. And look at this, Moe just looking to get that info from the squeaky door, but Nickez will find Texter as he's out there on his lonesome on the forklift, and that'll be bombed down.
Around when you only have pistols, I mean, this is too close for comfort. But I mean, this is what Ground Zero do, right? I mean, they're individual players. They get themselves into trouble. They pull themselves out of it. It's just a back and forth match. I mean, it's not fantastic counterstrike, but it's entertaining.
Yeah, it's fantastic counterstrike if you're a spectator. And there it is. Ground Zero do come out on top there, pick themselves up that 11th round, and now Chiefs do have themselves enough money to buy up. Very important round for them to get themselves in the game.
Well, Void's got to show up, only on 6 frags at the moment. I mean, 14 frags. Okay.
No, don't worry about that, mate. That's the spectator book.
Yeah, it's the GG Valve. Oh, calling them out, right? Ooh.
Keep it classy, mate, as we come into round number 21. Ground Zero leading once more. 5 AK buy for the Chiefs here. No AWP in hand. It's going to be Burn with that AWP for Ground Zero. See if he can pick up that initial frag. But look at that, nice chip damage coming out from Ground Zero. Taking down Moe to 61. Texter down to 83. Utility slowly fading there. But there is still actually quite a lot to work with on both sides. Ground Zero have been very frugal.
Well, easy mid-control here for the T-side players, able to walk out with no pressure at all. No utility being used to hold them back. Minute 10 on the clock. They can opt to do a lot here. It'd be interesting to see how they use this information in position. But it looks like they're going to be setting up for an A execute. But 3 defensive players on the CT side with 1 rotating for CT. Yeah, we could see a good duel here.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see if Iron's managed to gain all that intel while he's been over here in the squeaky door. If he's managed to pick up that there is actually 2 playing on the site. He's definitely seen this player here on short. And Destiny, very aggressive player with no fear at all. Gets caught walking backwards, somehow gets that kill onto Moe. But Texter will be there to pick him up. But Extinct putting the player number in their favour, but infrequent. Once more, turning it into a 3v3. Texter in a great spot to take out Nickez onto quad and to throw things in Chiefs' favour. We should see Bomb go down any second now, and it's all on Void and Burn to get the retake here, and Burn has been absolutely stellar with this AWP.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he can pull this one in. Well, this into a win, but it's really difficult. He's playing it like a shotgun. But where's his teammate? He needs to wait for Void before he makes that play.
Yeah, he went a little bit early there. Somehow managed to find that kill as someone was steering off into the distance there. But 1v2, infrequent, very low. So it is a winnable situation for Void. You'd love to see the flash come out here. Goes in dry and gets taken out by infrequent. And Chiefs back on the board, picking up their 10th round.
Yeah, I think Burn needs to be conscious of where his teammates are before he makes those plays. I mean, he understands that he's got to make a move, but he's got to be able to make it with his teammates. It's time and time again we've seen the same mistake. In Ground Zero, even though they're stepping up individually and they're all playing amazingly well, I mean, these guys are stellar players right now. They're not doing enough as a team. So,
Tac Pause coming in here from the Chiefs Esports side. Let's cross now to our man amongst all of the action. Says it was raining down on the sidelines of Cage. Thomas, Blackout Richmond. How do we feel about this so far?
I think the Chiefs boys here are going to have to really dig deep to come away. As Chris is saying, it feels like the Ground Zero boys are actually playing really well. Their teamwork's just letting them down, a bit over-eager, a bit overzealous at some points. But I think if Chiefs can just knuckle down and start hitting their shots, they should be able to close this game out.
Well, looks like the pause is just about to be up as we're coming into round number 2. Ground 0 going to be on the eco this round, so this should be an easy pickup here for Chiefs. But again, anything can happen on that CT side. Looks like they go for the big push here over onto the B main, and they will not be able to find anyone there. Texter looking to get some one-taps. There's one, looking for the second. Can he find it? The nade doing a lot of damage, but Texter doing much more to Destiny's head. And he's got teammates now as well as the rest of Chiefs looking just to barge out onto the A site. Look at that, Nick is in a great spot picking up Iron. Now he's got himself an AK.
Well, the T-side players were looking to head to A side, but after that kill, they've backed off quick. That's a good call as well, because it looks like the CT players have completely left B side. Although reacting to the play at the moment, it's going to be a lot harder to be able to retake when the bomb down.
Well, Burns obviously heard the footsteps now. He's been able to relay that information to the rest of the squad, and they should be able to get right on top of this. But with not much weaponry in the arsenal, Moe will be able to get that kill onto Burn. Now, Nickez, what's the decision here? Do they go for it, or do they hold on to that AK?
Well, I mean, it's mission impossible. Once again, and Extinct is asked to make a big play. Tom Cruise in the house. But, no. They had to save that AK at this point. But if Extinct can come out with a couple of frags, I mean, he can do some damage with that 5-7, then he's got to stick around and go for it. He's got to time that execution and, you know, hopefully catch somebody off guard.
Well, really good plays there from Extinct to keep the side of Chiefs just guessing here, you know, firing through a few shots through with the 5-7. Making them stay on the site and not allowing them to hunt down Nickez just yet. Bomb just about to explode here, so it looks like Nickez will be able to hold on to this AK, which is really good stuff here for Ground 0, but still not really enough money to buy into the next round. We'll see what they do.
Well, we're waiting for it. They're just like us. They're trying to decide, do we buy? What do we do?
I feel like there'd be a semi-pseudo sort of force buy here. Just play around the AK a little bit, you know, a couple of pistols, and there it is.
Well, it looks like pretty much a save. Yeah, no, you're right. Well, it'll be interesting to see what they can pull out of this, but, you know, we've seen some interesting rounds so far. Wouldn't be surprised if they can make something work.
So, round 23, 11 apiece, neck and neck between these two sides here. Again, absolutely crucial for Chiefs to pick themselves up this win to sit comfortably in second and third. And for Ground 0, really looking to throw a spanner in the mix here as Iron and Moe looking to get looking to make the aggressiveness of Ground 0 pay there. Destiny running away with his tail between his legs on 6 health. But Nickez is here with the AK. He can't find one. Iron, his brother from last season, will be taking him out there. Ooh. He gets another as well, and it's all on Void, sitting over on B.
Yeah, no, Void's been having a tough time. He's not finding these jewels that he really, you know, to get him into the game. Ian, you know, stepping up, chasing down frags. That's great from him. And again, I mean, everybody in this game is stepping up. But we're in a new half right now. We need to see Burn step up this half. We saw him step up last half. We need to see him step up this next couple of rounds. 12-11, I mean, this game is close. I mean, we're getting down to the crunch time. This is when it matters most. You've gone the distance, but now, you know, you've got to make it work. You've got to win this game. You've got to close it out. You've got to work together. You've made these mistakes. You've got to clear it out.
In the home stretches now, Chiefs leading 12-11, round 24. Oh, and it's the org coming out on Void. Nutters will be happy to see this bad boy popping in once again, and let's see if that's going to be the change that Ground 0 were looking for there.
Well, this is an interesting boost to capitalize on White Box. Whether or not they get a kill, I'll be interested to see that.
But again, both teams playing very passively right now, not wanting to make a mistake at this crucial point in the game.
Well, we see Iron sort of running the same role that Destiny ran the first half for Ground 0. He seems to be having a bit of impact by drawing out some CT fire, but he's not getting himself into any trouble.
You've got to love the patience here coming through from both of these two teams. You know, it's been a very aggressive, very sort of, you know, fraggy, puggy type game here, where they've just been, you know, going for frags essentially, and now it's turned into very slow, very methodical, not wanting to give up too much information just yet. Destiny been doing a great job here on short, but Iron making such a ruckus here on A. Definitely going to be keeping them guessing.
Oh, that's a great frag, and they're looking at setting up for a B execute, so that's going to really assist him. Oh, Burn with a good early kill, that's going to help his defense, and that's going to locate enough information for his teammates to set up on the B site. They've got 3 CT players here, and the T side players with only 30 seconds are committed. They have to follow through. Let's see how this works out.
Oh, and the timing in heaven is so good right now. Extinct doesn't even need to be here. Oh, there it is. The Org finds one. Can't pick the second one there as Flicks will take him out. Trades coming off equal there. And now it is in Ground Zero's favor. Burn anchoring down the site. 2v1 gets Iron as well. Doesn't even need the teammate there. Burn picking up the 3K and the 12th round for Ground Zero. Unbelievable stuff. Could we be seeing overtime?
Oh, mate, no way, mate. I don't think so. But, I mean, we're a while away from that. But Burn is stepping up big time. That was another dominant performance with the AWP on B side. He's really showing up with that AWP. I mean, yeah, we've been talking about him all game with that. We haven't seen enough from him frequent. He's had some big plays, but we're into another half. See how this goes. Oh, he's caught!
Oh, and Frequent, he's too fast there. Manages to find Void as he's trying to cross into Checkers. Already swinging things in the favor of Chiefs, and that's exactly what they were looking for coming into this round.
Yeah, Void getting caught out. He's having a tough time this match. But a nice frag for Infrequent to get him into the game.
Moe going to be picking up a second one there for Chiefs. This is great stuff. Extinct. Look at all the work this man's doing. Looking to get that intel. Looking to relay that to the rest of his team. But it's not enough at this point as Chiefs not wasting any time from their 2 early kills. Bust their way out onto the B site. Flick's already into CT. 4 HP. He doesn't care. He's got that intel. Text is there to get the trade. And now Extinct in the 1v4 by himself. He needs to hold on to this gun because look at their money, Chris.
Yeah, and this whole round is an example of what happens to teams when you get the first frag. When Infrequent gets that first round, the kill with the first round, it sort of breaks the defense. They don't know where to position themselves across the map. They get isolated. They aren't working together. You're lacking because you're a man down. I mean, defensively, CT's always had the advantage of protecting a bomb site, right? You can set up with 2 or 3 players, and you're normally always up against 4 or 5 T-side players. So when you go down a man, you're in a worse position. Like it's a terrible thing to be in, and you need your individual players to be able to step up and think logically.
Well, Extinct doing a decent job at holding onto the gun. Is actually going to pick himself up an AK instead. So that's good stuff right there. The very interesting thing about this, so now Chiefs take the lead once more, 13-12, coming into round 26. The thing to note here, Chris, is that there is no money here for the side of Ground Zero, and this is such a crucial round for them.
It is such a crucial round. They're on the back foot right now after playing so magnificent this entire match.
Oh, Destiny finding the headshot there of Infrequent. It's a good little start for them. But, you know, oh, Extinct, he's doing it big right now. They're looking to get the trade. Nick is getting aggressive to pick that gun up. Oh, he over-peaks. What's he thinking there? No armor. Doesn't matter, though. He manages to escape with the AK, and now this is looking like a good start for Ground Zero, but still only 2 AKs in their hands. Flex is going to make Void pay. Texter busting out onto Burn as well. Perfect stuff there for Chiefs, answering back quickly, getting themselves control of B. Will Ground Zero try to hold these guns, or will they go for it?
That was a good play from Chiefs to be able to get onto the B side as fast as possible. They knew where the AKs were located on the CT side, and they felt that the odds were in their favour to go up against those pistols on B side. They pressed onto that bomb site, they get the bomb plant, and now they got numbers in their favour with position in an after plant scenario.
Well, it looks like they will be holding onto those 2 AKs, so that's very good. Looks like they're trying to give this round up in hopes to come back a little bit later.
Yeah, 2 AKs on the CT side. It's going to really strengthen up their defense. It's going to help with their economy. This game is not over. 14-12 to Chiefs is what we're going to be leading into. It's a great thing for Chiefs at this point. I mean, we all did get onto the Chiefs bandwagon at the start of this game, but I really feel for Ground Zero at the moment. They played a fantastic match so far.
Let's just talk how important this is, though, for Chiefs right now. So you got Tainted Mind sitting up on 9 points at the top of the table, and then you've got Chiefs, you've got Greyhound, and you've got Legacy all sitting on 6 points. If Chiefs lose to Ground Zero, who are currently on 0 points, that's almost going to make things impossible for them.
Yes, definitely. This is a must-win for Chiefs if they want to be able to make the grand final. And it's important that they win this, and they probably know, they know the value of this match. After last week, being in China, unfortunately not being able to play their full squad team.
And Frequent, he does it. He does it.
He makes the boost work in their favour. That's a beautiful play.
Oh, Iron, not wasting any time. And look at this. This is the Chiefs' second win right now. Absolute confidence coming up from them, getting that boost kill. Iron just swinging the door open and going for that frag there. Already 5v3, and now Nickers is going to have to come up big here on the A site. Needs to find that kill on Iron over here, who's just baiting him out with these shots, giving enough intel as the rest of the boys come charging out of A main, take out Nickies as well, 2v5, almost unwinnable situation, but we've said it before. Now, 1v5, Void all on his lonesome, needs to hold on to this gun. I don't even know if he can do that, Chris.
No, I mean, this was a beautiful round from Chiefs. We saw them using their teammates to gain position. Ian making a beautiful play on Squeak. How he opened Squeak, peeked and got that frag was beautiful. He knew the line and he pre-fired it almost. It was a quick frag. But then how he played the second player who took up the position and just baited him into a vulnerable position. And his T-sided teammates executed out of A main using the flash and totally demolished him. It was good. It's just that this is the Chiefs side that we didn't see at the start of the tournament, and I mean, as weeks go by, they do improve and they're getting better and better and better. And here, Flix was able to find out where Void was hiding, and he was trying to stash that M4 for this round here, where it would have been handy.
And that's going to put Chiefs up onto their 15th round and match point here. Coming into round 28, Ground Zero on 12. It's going to be very hard for them here. Going to have to force up with the rest of their money, and we've seen this before. P90, 5-7, Deagle, Scout, and another Deagle there for Nickers. Full buy there for Chiefs, and they are looking to take this one home and get themselves those much-needed 3 points on the board. Textic has the intel here. Going to spray down Destiny as he tries to get close up onto mid, and that's already the one decent gun on their team taken out. There goes another one. Oh. There goes another as well. Now Texter with the 3K. Could we see the ace?
Oh, well, I'd hope so, but the CD players are split up, so I highly doubt it, as he's not going to be able to find both of them across the map. But a beautiful one-way smoke there for Moe. Was able to pick up a frag there. Void coming in to connect it. It might be the 4th kill for Texter, I'm not too sure, but no, Flix manages to slide past Void. They totally crossed paths, which was super interesting. But what can Void do here? This is a must-win round for Ground Zero.
Well, he manages to find the tag there onto Flix. I mean, if he manages to come out with this round, this will be one of the greatest rounds in Counter-Strike history. And so now the 1v4 has a decent amount of tag damage on a couple of players here. He's got himself the AK in hand, finds one, can't find the rest, as the rest of Chiefs come charging around the corner, take him out, and will take the game out, 16-12. Great stuff there.
Yeah, massive game.
Absolutely
great. It was
game.
super entertaining, and Ground Zero put up a massive fight. I was entertained. I got hyped so many times. I was pumped. And it's beautiful 4 kills from Burn, who was unlucky to get Mac 10 in the face. I really was looking forward to that ace, but no. What do you think?
Thoughts?
I think it's probably the first game of this season that Ground Zero can sort of be proud of their efforts, I guess. They played pretty damn well, to be honest. They got a bit unlucky towards the end there. I think they lost a few too many buy rounds, and they sort of were screwed for money in that second half there. A lot of rounds they were force buying and stuff like that, which made it hard, but sort of played out how I expected, I guess. Ground Zero played well, but Chiefs just a bit too good.
So yeah, Ground Zero, I mean, we saw them in the open qualifier, and in there they were quite a dominant force to be reckoned with. I expected a lot for them coming into this tournament. A few slow weeks, early onto this, but finally seeing them show up is absolutely wonderful, because what can obviously happen from here is they can really throw a spanner in the works next week into the leaderboard.
Yeah, that 3rd place right now is tight, and teams like Chiefs really need to be able to win that. But Ground Zero, they're offering glimpses of brilliance. I mean, I reckon that was one of the most entertaining games I've seen this season.
Oh, yeah.
I was excited.
Yeah.
How many 4 kills did we see? I got so pumped. That was exciting.
A lot of individual skill in that game, I feel like.
So much individual skill.
Quite a lot of, just like
rounds were won on
pushes.
players,
a lot of that. I think you noticed towards the end there, like that round where Frequent got boosted, it really just showed that Chiefs have that little bit more teamwork to them, which sort of got them over the line, I think.
Yeah, and the combination of the boost, into like Iron and Squeaky to pick that.
They just know how to work off each other, a lot more than Ground Zero would in an instance like that, I feel.
Yeah.
Well, we've just seen Chiefs pick that game up over Ground Zero, 16-12. We'll be back after a short break from a message from our sponsors.
Your brain wants it. Your mouth wants it. These meals aren't out of your league. And how's this for a happy ending? Grab the big league deal from $9.90, only at Carl's Jr.
Flavor. Beats that move you.
Welcome back to the LPL CSGO ANZ Invitational, brought to you by Carl's Jr. And if you're just joining us, we've seen another Carl's Jr. unlock just happen. We've seen Flix pick himself up a knife. So if you are in New Zealand, make sure you head down to your local Carl's Jr. before 11 p.m. tomorrow and pick yourself up a free fries. But lads, we're about to get into match number 3.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Legacy taking on Tainted Minds, and this is the game that you two were both so hype about.
Yeah, I'm hype.
You're hype?
Get in there! Chris was going at. I want to see Legacy pull something out. To be honest with you, it's been a while since I've I wouldn't say I'm disappointed with them, but it's sort of just like the same old, you know, they have a decent game, they get sort of close, Blitz does well with the ore, you know, rinse, repeat. But I want to see them actually win a game, like a big game against Tainted Minds, so yeah, this is it.
We can't see them as like a top 4 or 5 squad and stay in that position and just end up feeding players to these better teams. They do need to be able to build up together and take that next step and actually start beating these teams, because that's the way to keep your players on your roster as well. So moving forward, they need to step up.
Yeah, well, let's have a look at the rinse and repeat roster that is Legacy. Stat, Soju, Blitz, Lonsdale, and Liqueur. And I mean, you know, being consistent across all the weeks. But, you know, Tom, what needs to happen tonight for them to be able to take out Tainted Minds?
I think, it's a given that Blitz is going to show up. If you've watched every other game, I think he's dropped like 29, 30 frags pretty much every game. Like, you know he's going to show up, but you need to see more firepower. I think Liqueur's been quite underwhelming since he's joined, to be fair. Like, I don't think, not being a...
Be honest, mate.
I haven't seen anything from Liqueur, to be honest with you. Absolutely nothing. So I would like to see him do something, you know? That'll be good. So, yeah.
Well, on the side of Tainted Minds, the big dogs leading the group stages here. APOC, Offnu, Zusi, Sicko, and the big dog, Ustillo. Chris, talk us.
Yeah, I mean, this is a super squad. This team is put together to be the best in Australasia. And they picked up Ustillo just recently, which even, made them even, that really did make them a super team. That his experience alone. Last week we saw him play one game for them, and he was amazing. The whole team was amazing. We're going to see them a week on from that experience, and they should have improved.
Well, let's have a look at the key matchup tonight. It's going to be Lonsdale up against Ustillo, and I mean, that's a big matchup if you're Lonsdale.
I mean, he's the in-game leader, so I mean, it's going to take his tactile knowledge to be able to beat Tainted Minds, get his teammates into the best positions, and he's probably the brains behind the squad to be able to beat Tainted Minds. He's got to capture those moments which are going to tilt the rounds in their favour.
I mean, if it is Lonsdale here, and do you think that they are as successful as they are as a squad? Because, we saw them in Season 1, they made improvements, but now coming into this season, they are a real force to be reckoned with. Do you think a lot of that is on Lonsdale?
Yes. I mean, as time goes on, they should quickly improve. And he creates plays, and when he shows up as an IGL and makes frags as well, I mean, that's when they see their best results.
I feel like as a team, they're, you're definitely spot on there. Like Lonsdale sort of, I wouldn't say he's the MVP, but like he gets teams to a certain level with each team he plays with, just based on the teamwork and the cohesion that he brings. But to get to the next level, I think it really comes down to the individuals to get to that next step.
Well, Ustillo, an international player. If you haven't seen him playing before, he came in last week and was an absolute machine for Tainted Minds. We see it here last week. Tainted Mind almost took ground zero out 16-0. The final score ended up being 16-1. And I mean, as a squad that's already as strong as Tainted Minds, what's it like when, you've got Ustillo first week, you smash ground zero, coming into this matchup, how are you feeling?
Great. You're
real good?
Yeah, no, I mean,
chill.
Yeah, no, they can relax a little bit. I mean, they're going to be going into this game confident. They know as individuals, they're better, they're more experienced, they're smarter. Legacy, on the other hand, they know that they're on the back foot going into this game. They've got to figure something out. As individuals, they do need to go to the next level, as Tom said.
One thing I want to sort of mention here as well, so Tainted Minds are sitting at the top of the table, 9 points. We've got Legacy on 6. Now, could we imagine what would happen here if Legacy managed to upset Tainted Minds?
I know.
If we can have a look at the scoreboard very briefly of the whole tournament, could you imagine right now, Legacy pop up to 9, we've got Tainted Minds sitting on 9, we've got Chiefs sitting on 9.
Yeah.
Also Greyhounds, right?
And Greyhound will be sitting on 9 as well.
Yeah.
So everybody's going to be sitting on 9.
That'll be crazy.
If that's the case.
But, I'd like to see Tainted Minds.
Oh, no, they would be as well, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone will be on 9. It'll be 4, and then with one week to go, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
So, who play? Yeah, that'll be crazy. That'll be big. But, Legacy have yet to really show us that they can win this game, to be honest with you. Like, I feel like, as I said, I don't know about sound like a broken record, but I feel like it's going to be a rinse and repeat sort of case where Legacy shows some hope, but ultimately TM just not steamroll, but get the quite easy win.
And the other thing for Tainted Minds as well, they pick this win up here, they're safe.
Nah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
they take the number 1 spot, they can go straight to the grand final.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
No, I
they're
wouldn't go
safe.
that far.
Yeah, they're safe for a top 3
They're
spot.
safe to make
Safe.
the semis at least, I'd
Yeah,
say.
they're safe for a top 3 spot if they pick
Still comes down to the
themselves
final
up.
round, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, getting into this one, Legacy obviously the underdogs here. Predictions.
Oh, Tom, you first.
16.
Oh, he's going to just copy
16-6 to TM.
16-6 to TM. I'm going with Legacy.
Actually, 16-4,
You know what?
sorry.
16-4.
I'm going with Legacy. I'm just calling it. I'm going with Legacy. That's a big play. I'm going with Legacy. I just want to be on the underdogs. I want to see them step up.
I want it, but I can't see it.
I want it. I'm calling it. It's going to be it. They're doing it. And we're going fast into a B play right now. No hesitance from the Legacy squad.
I'm going with TM really quickly just to clarify this, and look at this. TM right up behind them here. They are already sandwiching Legacy, and Legacy are in a real spotter ball that they need to clean the side out here. But Blitz in a great spot, needs to pick these frags up. Can't find anything here. Offnu just cleaning up as he pushes through the smoke. Ustillo and Zeusy one apiece. Offnu finishes the round with 3, and that's a clean sheet there for Tainted Minds, picking up their first round here on Inferno, and it's getting hot.
This is recorded, right? Can we go back in time and edit that bit out? Because I think after that round, that was a dominant.
It's all right. It's all right. Just pretend you muted your microphone. Little ground zero. Mute it.
No way. Tainted Minds. That was a huge play. It's totally sandwiched the T-sided players.
You know, I just feel bad there. Like, Blitz had the right idea, and if Blitz managed to get those 2 flanking players from Tainted Minds, that would have been a completely different round. And look at that grenade there from Sicko, just absolutely bombing there. Lonsdale gets taken out and does a decent amount of damage to the rest of the team, but this UMP is going to be going to work here in Apartments. Ustillo in a great position there from Boiler, and almost picking up the ace, but Ustillo will get the 4K, taking Tainted Minds to 2 rounds. And now Legacy, let's see what they can do coming into round number 3.
Far out. That round was a wrap-up. Like, they're blowing Legacy away right now.
You're a little bit speechless.
I am. I really am.
And so if you are watching, just do remember that Wayfarer did say he was thinking Legacy were going to take this one out. So let's not let him live that one down.
I get hopeful, all right? I mean, it's early days. I mean, Legacy can come back. It's still only 2 rounds.
Oh yeah, 100%. You know, anything can happen with the Legacy lads here. First couple rounds, obviously, Tainted Minds always have that confidence on their side. But nice molly there. You know, they got themselves a decent little bit of intel and a decent bit of damage there onto Zeusy. But again, they do not have a lot of grenades to work with here. Smoke's coming across. Big peek coming out from Zeusy and Offnu. 2 Kiwi lads just taking him down. Banana, and that's going to be that 4v5.
Well, that's something that I actually want to talk about. Tainted Minds. I mean, technically, this is a New Zealand squad now. They have 3 Kiwis in their team. I mean, they're leading this tournament and they're showing the way. Kiwi players, I mean...
Oh, Ustillo gets taken up by
the frag. Is he going to get the second kill? That is going to bring Legacy back into this round here.
Yep, now the core and Lonsdale, 2v3. They need to get control of this A site, and they need to do it a little faster, I'd say.
And here's Lacour with the smoke pushing onto the A site. He gets the entry kill. That's great work, but can they capitalize on this position and get the bomb plant? I'm not too sure. They haven't checked box, so they don't know if anyone's on the A site just yet. But in a 2v2, someone's got to make a play. He tags him through the smoke, but he doesn't realize he's there.
They have enough intel, but Offnu in a great spot to ruin this round here for Legacy. Now Lonsdale needs to be careful here. He can't come out too wide. But Sicko being very good here. Sitting on the site, manages to find the kill. Oh my goodness! Offnu just absolutely thwarts Legacy's attack there. Legacy were looking pretty good, but...
Oh, it was great positioning from Offnu. I mean, Lacour got a great kill onto the site, but again, no one followed through to get onto the site. They weren't able to get the plant. That always puts a lot of pressure on you, especially when the clock's running down onto 15 seconds. Ooh, I mean, it was a beautiful position and a play from Offnu to be able to win that 2v1.
Well, looks like we've got a tech pause coming through from Legacy here. Let's cross over to our man on down the Inferno well, getting all the action live. Thomas Blackout, Richmond. Looks like your predictions are coming true so far.
Yeah, nah. Coming in there, we got Lonsdale picking up the 2 entry frags. I mean, that's not a bad thing, but I think you want to see the other players firing, you know. You see Blitz there, probably the MVP. I mean, I know it's early, but you really want to see him on the scoreboard showing some impact, you know.
Oh yeah, no, most definitely. And I mean, what's the weather like down the well at the moment?
It's actually I can't hear you. You're actually cutting out a bit. I think we're gonna have to go back in the game there.
Yeah, we'll have to send it back to us. All right. So I mean, good mention there, Chris. You know what he's talked about. The other players showing up. I feel like, you know, Legacy are really on form. You know, when Stat and Soju really come to the party.
Yeah, Soju has turned into a different player this season.
Well, this just in, there is actually a storm happening, so that is why I'd say we've got some of these players dropping out.
Yeah, that's interesting to hear. Well, we're seeing the T-side players struggle with the economy at this point, so aggressive plays from Ustillo and House to secure second mid, taking down a second kill. That's a beautiful frag. We've got the AWP down, the bottom of Banana. Sicko making another kill. He's in position to get a 4th, but Ustillo is cleaning them up. He's on a hunt right now. He's full of confidence.
Wow, and this is just absolute aggression coming out from Tainted Minds. I mean, they know Legacy are not really going well. I mean, they actually don't know that Legacy are not going to go for that buy in that round. Legacy looking very good, though, now. They will be able to pick up an AWP. As you can see, Blitz has it in his hands already. So this is a must-win now for Legacy to get themselves on the board as Tainted Minds lead them on Inferno 4-0.
Yeah, this is an important round for Legacy. I mean, it's the next 3 rounds for them that they have to be able to bring impact into this match. If they keep running away with this, I mean, they're going to be in trouble late game. Banana control from the CT side at the moment is putting a lot of pressure on Lacour. He's luckily not not to lose a lot of HP at this point, but...
Yeah, I did not like his position there at all. I was on the edge of my seat there thinking, this is going to hurt. Lucky that smoke came through.
He's lucky, but he looks like he's in position to get a kill. He gets the first frag of the game, but he's got he's got Sicko right behind him to take him down.
Yeah, Sicko, nice job there picking up that trade kill. And I mean, that's one of TM's strengths, you know, is they always almost playing in pairs. Lonsdale picking that kill up onto Apoc. So this is a good start here now for Legacy. Charging out onto the site, but Justillo says no way, Jose, locking it down and leaving it all up to Blitz here in the 1v2. And he missed that shot. Offnu will finish it off and take Tainted Minds 5-0.
Justillo making massive plays. I mean, he's just playing that tight angle. He's not really going anywhere, except he's just looking in the right spot, and he's just so tight that all the T-side players have to expose themselves to take him on. Beautiful work to get a 3K in that position. We've got a technical issue with Legacy at the moment. It seems to be that they can't get any frags.
Okay, well, it doesn't look like it's bothering them too much. They're going to charge right up Banana here and just get mowed down here by Zeusy and Offnu, the dynamic duo here over on Banana. And that's one thing to note as well, is that Tainted Minds are really good at shaking things up. You know, they throw that Zeusy Offnu combo in Banana, and then in other rounds they'll throw Sicko over there. And so they always keep throwing a different piece of, I guess, defense on both sides of the site, really keep Legacy guessing.
Yeah, but for real right now, Legacy do actually have technical issues. And, you know, that does throw you off your game. It takes away your concentration from what you're doing, your tactics. And when you're being overwhelmed like this and you're having to deal with these technical issues, it's a real spanner in the works, which is not going to bring you to your best. It's sad to see this happen and so early in the match. It's definitely going to play a part throughout the rest of this game.
I mean, that's obviously why it's better to have Kiwi players on your team, since our internet is clearly better and clearly more reliable.
Oh, definitely. We've got one of the best infrastructures in like Australasia at the moment. I mean, yeah, no.
My have times have changed. But coming into round number 7, Tainted Minds leading 6-0 here, and Justillo again being an absolute menace here over in Apartments. Look at this now. Lonsdale needs to be careful. Lonsdale needs to win this duel here. But he might just walk right into Justillo's crosshair. And there it is. Justillo, oh my goodness, and Sicko's there with the crossfire, ready to back him up. Unbelievable. Already turning this into a 5v3 in Tainted Minds' favour. And now Zeusy in a great spot to finish this up as well.
I love these combos. It's beautiful. Another kill for his smoke. Zeusy doing work. Picks up another. Legacy are in trouble here. Could we be seeing another opportunity for... Oh, look, okay, he's got a frag here, okay. But could we be seeing another dominant game here? I mean, Legacy, we rate these as a quality squad, but, I mean, is this what Tainted Minds are now? Are they, you know, when they play these squads just outside of their benchmark, are they just...
The Titans.
They're the Titans. They're the Titans.
It's important, though, there, Lacor, you know, picking that kill up onto Justillo, managing to obviously... It's really good for that confidence, you know?
Yeah. Well, it looks like we're going to be, well, 7-0 to Tainted Minds at the moment, with a tactical pause for Legacy coming up. So they do have a technical pause, not a technical pause, a tactical pause. So they've got to be able to figure out what's going on right now. They've got to be able to map out how they can counter these CT players.
Well, I feel like we've been doing a pretty good job at mentioning it across the board. 2 007s, 2 James Bonds there on the side of Legacy. Something needs to change. Let's cross down to the man down the well. Thomas Blackout Richmond, what do they need to change here on the Legacy side?
You know, we currently got 2 lads on the James Bond, which is never good, but I think maybe just a bit of aggression here, trying to get some trades off. It seems like there's sort of, you're not really getting any trades. You see multiple frags coming in there. Justillo picking up 3. When they hit Banana, they don't seem to be trading. I think maybe just slow it down, get a bit of map control, and then maybe just bust into something fast and try and use a bit of teamwork and get some trades going on.
All right, well, let's see if they listen to the eternal advice there of the man down the well coming into round number 8. Do manage to pick themselves 4 AKs and a Deagle up. Decent amount of utility to work with, but they do have to be patient with it here. They can't get rid of it too quickly or it will not work out for them. As you can see, it's a full buy coming through for Tainted Minds. Double AWP set up on Zeusy and Sicko, and Sicko has been a machine so far with the AWP.
I like this play from Lonzo. He's getting fast control and he's pushing through and he's going to pick up the frag. It's nice work. His teammate's right behind him and follows through onto the site. This is great work. Mid control as well. This should be around for Legacy and a beautiful tactic. Ah, that's fantastic to see. And Lonsdale, the IGL, leading the way, bringing his teammates right behind him onto the A site.
I did not know we had a direct feed into their voice comms here as they listened to a bit of the blackout tips there and go for a very fast push out apartments, which is what you like to see, but you don't like to see that as APOC gets a burn onto Stat there, but Soju's there to pick him up. And Legacy get themselves on the board, and there will be no cheeseburger for anyone this evening.
No cheeseburgers for anybody this evening. No 16-0. But a round on the board for Legacy and a beautiful play, getting fast control, and Lonsdale leading the way, the IGL, the commander of the squad. I like to see it. What can they do? He's not going to be able to keep this up, though,
That's a mistake. That's a mistake that could prove costly later into the game. As Stat accidentally buys a UMP, dropping himself a fair bit of money there, but LaCour straight into that banana position again. Not a lot of grenade aggression this time from Tainted Mind, so LaCour will manage to keep himself pretty healthy in there. Now Zusi, unbelievable!
No way!
Managing to pick that first kill up onto LaCour, and Soju's there to take some as well. But Stat, decent position here to push himself out of balcony. Will not do it just so yet, as he can hear Sicko coming through. They lose another one as well. 2v5. Impossible situation here for Legacy.
Tainted Minds, they play such an aggressive game at the moment. Last week we saw them on Overpass and they'd rush Fountain and Picnic and Long A and Connector Control, and they were just everywhere. And again, once again, we're seeing that on the CT players. Just dominant play. They're just so aggressive and they're getting early kills, and now they can fall back with the time running low and have a defensive setup on both bomb sites.
And, you know, we've just seen it there as well. But, fully white. Look at that there from APOC. High 100,000 IQ play there, taking him down, and now it's all on blitz. And, I mean, we saw him miss that AWP shot before. Usually the big man's been absolutely crucial with that AWP, but somehow nerves are high here. Good flash coming out, managing to pick himself up a kill. This will be great for his confidence here. 1v4, blitz in the mix, looking to get himself onto the site. Can't get that kill as APOC will take him down, and that'll be the 8th round there for Tainted Minds. My, what a performance they're putting.
Yeah, 8-1. I mean, that's a massive lead. I mean, they were fortunate with the timing on Zusi getting those 2 kills in Banana, catching him through the smoke as well. I mean, that was just beautiful work from him. And Tainted Minds just seem to get that luck all of the time. I mean, I guess that's what happens with good players. They put themselves in the positions to be able to achieve that. And it's just fantastic to see Tainted Minds being a dominant force. But I really hope that Legacy can step this game up and be competitive.
Legacy having a good read on this one, though. Ustello will come out on top, though. Look at that, 3 players there from Legacy. I mean, one obviously going around the far side there through the house, but it's still going to come out in Ustello's favour. Even when he's got 2 players that could have technically pick up the trade there, Ustello comes out on top. They do manage to take APOC, though, across on the other side of the map, so good start here for Legacy. They can work with this, but again, it is a force buy round here. They've got a Galil, 2 Tech 9s, and a CZ to work with. 1 flashbang and 1 smoke. They're really going to be having to climb up Mount Everest to win this round.
Yeah, and CTs have the information that no one's on Banana, which really influences the game. And that's basically because Legacy have not been able to do anything to gain control of that Banana.
Yeah, Zusi picking up 1. Stat comes flying out of apartments there, destroys Zusi. That's nice stuff there, but they have Ustello here. He's going to be in pit. He picks up 1, looking for that big highlight play. Stat picks the trade. Can't get another one. There's LaCour turning up, and this is now a 2v1. Sicko with the AWP. Can he find himself a rifle for the retake? He's got pistol in hand. LaCour bomb going to be going down. The molly is just out of timing right there. Will not be able to burn any of these players out. Does have a big flash, though. See what he can do with this. Will he peek? He will. Oh, he can't do it. And LaCour will finish it off with the 3K. LaCour and Stat combined to take out TM and pick up Legacy's 2nd round.
I was just about to praise Ustello on the way that he was playing that pit, but then he got picked. And that's opened up the round for Legacy, and they get another round on the board. A mistake on his behalf, I'd say. He could have played a little bit better, but I mean, he has been a dominant force, but that's his confidence and his ego playing into that mistake.
Oh, yeah, definitely. The timing was absolutely perfect there. You know, he had the opportune moment there to take those kills, but Legacy just a little bit too sharp on that play there. Molly not working out too well for them there, so Bit of a waste of $400 for the Legacy side there, but going up Banana fast there. Blitz finding the pick, and let's see if Legacy opt to go in quickly. And yes, they do. Offnu up on the boost spot here. Lacour needs to find this trade. Finds it indeed onto Offnu, and now looks like Legacy should be able to get control of this B site, but APOC is not going to let it go too quickly. Flash is coming through, charges through the smoke. Oh, here we go. MP9 in hand, managing to pick up one, and Lacour getting that trade. 2v3.
But the bomb's not on site yet, so this round is definitely not over. I thought he was going to flank on Banana, but he's opted to go back, which I think might have been a mistake. Although, yeah, well, they still haven't got this bomb down, but the teammates are in position now to be able to trade and come through this entrance onto the B side. If they can isolate the T side players or catch them off time, it's going to help them out a lot.
This boost, the timing on it is wonderful here. He needs to pick up one kill here. Ustilo or Sicko. They need to find one. Stat gets one. There's Ustilo with one. There's Ustilo with two. This is going to be a winnable round for him. Unbelievable. Making that 3v2 into a 1v1. Unbelievable stuff here. Ustilo versus Lonsdale. 1v1. Lonsdale, the man with the brain. Can he do it? 1v1. Oh, Ustilo, you machine! Picking up the 3K and picking up the round for Tainted Minds, 9-2.
Oh, what a beast. I mean, that's what Ustilo was brought into the squad to do. Step up and win rounds that you're not supposed to be able to win. A 1 versus 3 scenario. And he picked them off one by one. Huge work. I thought Lonsdale had him. He didn't peek. He didn't peek, and then he came out.
And then he peeked.
Oh, he wide peeked, and then he wide peeked. I thought he was going to just sit there patiently. No, but Ustilo, he capitalised on a situation and he won it. It was a huge play.
Well, these are the rounds when teams come out of nowhere with the triple deagle, the P250 and the Glock. We've seen it before, we'll see it again. And look at that nade there coming through from TM. Picking 2 damage off Soju. Look at Soju looking up that thinking, did you really just throw that at me? did you really just do that?
They got a lot of tricks up their sleeve. I mean, they've got a coach that's looking throughout the game for these new plays and watching other teams from all over the world, studying these things and educating his players and making them the best players that they can be. And, yeah, Tainted Minds, I mean, they always surprise you.
Yeah, well, Senzu's he's just picked up that intel there. Oh, the pixel line taking out Lacour stairs. Sicko there to pick that second kill up onto Lonsdale. Molly goes out to stop the push. They don't care. Right through the fire and the flames. Sicko will take out Soju. Offnu picking up a pair with the SMG over there, and that's the 10th round for TM and Legacy. It's dire straits.
Yeah, that's beautiful play from Sicko as well. The standard 3-point play, taking a forward position with the AWP, making the shot, falling back to point 2, killing another player. He's got that on laid down. And that's a real strong play to run on Inferno because there's so many sharp angles which the T-sides have to push and get across.
So, big buy round here for Legacy. The best they're going to get for a while, it seems. AKs across the board, decent amount of nades. Looks like they're going for that fast banana play. The fire's out. Zusi with 2 right here. Sicko's there with the AWP, managing to pick up another. Now Zusi going for the peek. They're fully white. They're not even aware. Offnu's up behind with the grenade. Lonsdale needs to pick up one at least, but oh my goodness, it's APOC behind them. Lonsdale with a second. Unbelievable. But bomb is still down, up banana. Lonsdale will not give up so easily here, but these 3 TM players ready, up banana, they've got the bomb. Lonsdale, what can you do?
Wow, there's not much he can do in this position. I mean, he's got to collate a couple of players through the smoke, try and get lucky, but, he's trying to fake, give some sound cues that he's going to be rotating through CT spawn, but I don't think that's going to be enough to trick these CT players at this point.
Well, let's see if Luxdale can come to the party in this one. 3v1.
Yeah.
I mean, we've said unwinnable situations before, and Ustilo's managed to turn that round for us. So let's see. TM, again, one step ahead. The Molly not even helping in this situation. And Lonsdale walks into a firing squad, gets taken out, and that'll be the 11th round for Tainted Minds.
Well, it seems everything that Legacy throw at Tainted Minds shut down. That was a execute, a B rush from Legacy, and they got shut down completely. They had all the smokes and mollies, and Tainted Minds countered it immediately because they read the play. They shut it down with a molly, isolated 2 players on the car, made the frags, and then trapped them in banana. It was beautiful.
I mean, loss bonus is extremely right here for Legacy. Oh, Lonsdale straight up into Mexico. Ustilo just tapping away. We'll take him out. Look at this. The charge down banana here from Offnu and Zusi. Dynamic duo once again down banana. Nades his own teammate. Doesn't care. Look at this. This is a death match right now. No one's even bothered. They're just charging at them. They know it's eco, and they do not care. Clean sheet there for Tainted Minds, 12-2.
Zero respect for these pistols. I mean, that's what their confidence is doing. They do a lot of combo plays. They're always there with their teammate trading out. They're so fast and rapid, and they're just blitzing them right now.
Wow. So, I'm not going to do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. Another buy round here for Legacy. Very important here. If they can manage to make this 12-3, there is a slim chance they might be able to work their way back into this on the CT side. Decent amount of utility to work with in this round, and again, Tainted Minds go from hyper aggressive to super defensive, with Sicko going for the one aggressive peak there. Somehow doesn't even get a shot landed on him by Lonsdale, and Lonsdale gets taken down to 71.
Yeah, well, it looks like we're going to be... Oh, nice first frag from Stat here. It's going to help them in a big way, and it looks like they've got some banana control.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good opening there from Legacy. Stat coming out on top. And that's what they are most desperately in need of. And look at Ustillo just constantly keeping Legacy guessing here. Playing near to the smoke, finds one, and instantly gets himself into a safe position. And he's going back no more. He's not done. Oh, finally, Soju will pick that trade up, and we're in a 3v3, Chris.
Yeah, Sicko's already in position to be able to stop this B execute as well. The T-side players are forced to do a rotate back towards mid, but the time is running down, and they're just really questioning themselves right now, like, what do we do? They don't have the confidence.
Plenty of time, to be quite honest, for them to work with. 43, I think they should have gone back a little bit quicker, because you can see now they've got TM questioning themselves. They're not too sure. But the big thing, and they have enough flashes to work with. And look at that. APOC gets a little bit too eager, peeks out into mid, gets taken out by the firing squad. Now, if they go back to B, this is looking like the round for Legacy.
And away we're going. I mean, they finally got the read. There should be 3 rounds, but we can never write off. We can never write off Tainted Minds. This should be the free plant, but I wonder how they're going to clear this site. I mean, time's still against them. They might be too scared to plant it.
Well, I mean, this is the way you're going to have to play if you want to get rounds on Tainted Minds. You have to use all of that time. You have to keep Tainted Minds. You have to make them as uncomfortable as they make you in these rounds. And it looks like Legacy have done so thus far. And that's just to get the bomb plant.
Well, let's hope that Soju can manage to get one of these frags. If he doesn't, it's going to spell trouble for his teammates. But here we are. We see them setting up. The CT's running the clock down. That's going to be working against them. Soju with a beautiful frag. That should be the 3rd round for Legacy here in a 3v1. They've isolated the player on banana. Lonsdale cleans it up.
Well, beautiful stuff there from Legacy to pick themselves up that 3rd round, but we do see Tainted Minds winning Inferno the first half. I mean, it is CT side, 12-3. Tom, what do you think?
It felt like they were just chilling in the playground, to be honest. Like, sort of seemed like they sort of took their foot off the throttle towards the end there, and like some of the plays they were doing, it was sort of just felt too easy. Ustillo like playing in smokes, hiding under carpets, getting 3Ks. Yeah, it felt a bit more like they were just having a bit too much fun in that half. And I think my prediction of 16-4 is gonna hit.
I really wanted Legacy to show up this half, but I mean, we've got to remember they had some technical issues. They've got to throw the momentum, how they're playing, economy, things like that.
Also, one thing to add in, what I've noticed as well, like this team relies heavily on Blitz. If Blitz isn't having a big game, Legacy isn't having a big game. So yeah.
And
well, he's got a lot of pressure.
He's pretty quiet this time, but pistol round now coming through. Let's see what Tainted Minds do on their T side.
Yes, and well, it looks like the T-side players are getting fast house control. Nothing too fancy at this point. A few executes with the smokes towards mid and brackets control, but the CT-sided players are anchored on the A side, playing the range with the USBs.
So Legacy have the right amount of players here to deal with this execute. You can see 4 players have worked their way over. There it is. Stat finds one. APOC will be there to get that kill onto Blitz as he rotates through onto the balcony. And now Zeusy picking up another one as well. He's already got himself onto site. And now Stat not in a great spot here, sitting over in the graveyard by himself. But Soju finding Offnu from behind. But oh my goodness, Zeusy just going to work. What an absolute god here, holding down the site, and they should be able to get on top of it here. There's Sicko coming out through Boiler, cleaning that kill on to Soju, and again, it's all onto Lonsdale, but the Glock at that range finds his head, and Zeusy, what an absolute round. 4K?
I'm not too sure. Was it a 4K?
Or 3K?
Oh, well, he got a 3K, but that was a massive round. I mean, a 2v2 situation.
It felt like a 5K. It felt like a fight.
I was really
He did it all.
surprised. I was really surprised with how long that player on Grave on the stairs had, you know, how long he stayed alive. I mean, that put a lot of pressure on the T-sided players. It drew all their fire. If he could have just managed to stay alive a little bit longer for his teammates to get onto the site, that would have really helped. But he did a great job. The rotation wasn't fast
But I mean,
enough.
you know, the thing about that as well is that Tainted Minds did a great job at cutting off the rotations. So even though he was there in Graveyard, he just sat there crouching by himself. But look at this, fast play from Tainted Minds straight onto B with all their money and all that armor and all that nades. Look at that. They think Legacy are onto them. They think that fast rotation's coming, but Legacy have stacked on the A site, and that's a free plant for Tainted Minds.
Yeah, fast play from the T-sided players. I mean, they just don't hold back, do they?
Not at all. I mean, good stuff from Legacy to, you know, not spend a single dollar, because they obviously are not going to be in the game for much longer, so they're going to be able to need to buy in that next round. Stat finding a kill with the USP there, so decent amount of damage there, but it's just all coming up Tainted Minds right now. And Lacour left on his lonesome, USP in hand. Where is he hiding? That is the question Tainted Minds are asking right now.
Yeah, well, it's so good to see Tainted Minds actually dominate against these eco rounds. We do see a lot of Australian and New Zealand teams struggle against them. Like, they just get caught out. We saw in the Ground Zero Chiefs game, we were never really sure what was going to happen on any of the rounds, whether it was a buy round or an eco. In this round, Tainted Minds are just wrapping it up every single time and cleaning it up. It's almost like it's a free round. And then, now it comes down to a buy. The CT buy is very weak. I mean, they're coming into this because they don't want to put Tainted Minds onto 15. They've got 2 SMGs. It'll be interesting to see how they make these work, whether they're hard to kill, whether they can keep these close-range fights. But the T-sided players are just charging up B, Banana.
Oh, aggressive there. Lonsdale finds one. Lacour's there to trade. Lacour is not enough there in a 3v3 now, and that's definitely in the favour of Tainted Minds, as they'll be able to get control of this bomb site, and now Legacy will have to retake.
Well, the bomb's not heading towards the site at the moment. They're just holding position. They do have control of Banana, but he's having to come through and plant this bomb. The smoke's just been dropped, so he's got cover. Beautiful work here.
Good trades here now coming out from Legacy. That's what you want to see, and that's what you need to have happen for them. 2v2, Ustillo is quite low as well. If Soju can find him with the M4, you'd say he's going to come up as the winner of this gunfight. But if Zeusy just taps his head off, and there he is. It's going to be Soju finding that kill, and he's only on 8 HP now, though, and Ustillo 24 HP in a dream. It's not enough. Blitz turns up. He comes to the party, and that's going to be Legacy getting themselves that 4th round, and Tom is licking his lips. He's the absolute prediction master here.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's good to see Legacy get another round, but 14-4, they're up against it at the moment. This is Mount Everest to them. But it's good that they kept the AWP, Legacy and Soju. They got frags on the board. We want these players to build up their confidence. Inferno, you can go on a run and dominate on the CT half, but I mean, they've got to shut down this aggression that is happening from the T-sided players. It's going to change the dynamics, it's going to change the tactics, and you need that to happen straight away with Tainted Minds. You've got to knock their confidence back, so hopefully Blitz can bring this off into the game.
Well, Armor 4 CZs and a P250 here for the side of Tainted Minds. 5 flashes, 2 smokes, decent amount to work with here. Can easily pull off a very fast execute, and it looks like they will be just charging straight up mid here. Not even worried. Stat needs to find this kill through the smoke. He does a decent amount of damage to Zeusy, but he's already let Tainted Minds get themselves all the way around quad here. Look at this, Soju finding that kill onto Offnu. Perfect stuff here. Stat now needs to get this kill on the site. Gets one. Soju is there to pick up that second. This is very important now for Legacy to finish these kills off. Oh my goodness, Sicko finds that kill onto Stat. But Lacour there to pick up APOC, and now Sicko by himself. CZ, 1 flash. Surely this is Legacy picking up their 5th round and making Tom wrong.
I can't believe how scared they are. They're giving him so much respect. I mean, this is a smart play, logically, but it's a 4v1, and he's only got a CZ. Gun him down.
Oh, no! Here we go. Sicko finds Soju in the pit. He's got himself a UMP, but Blitz's AWP is far too strong. And Legacy, 5th round on the board. Here we go. It's the comeback.
Yeah, well, I mean, they saved 3 rifles. They've got 3 guns. That's a good thing. Legacy, they got a bit of momentum here. T-sided players didn't get the plant, but we're going to see a full buy anyway, and this is the round that they need to win to be able to get buy into this game and build that streak that they're on at the moment, which is only a 2-round streak.
Hey, well, 3-round streak better than a 0-round streak here. Coming into round 20, Tainted Minds leading 14-5. They have managed to put themselves up 5 AKs into this round. Lonsdale already down to 12 HP as he jumps over, trying to get a little bit of intel. Look at this kill. They need to get that, and Lacour is there to pick it up onto Zeusy. Great stuff now 4v5 in the favor of Legacy.
I could hear a bit of excitement in your voice just then. And then beautiful play from Blitz, pushing up with the AWP, using the AWP like a shotgun. That's a great frag. It's a 3 versus 5. This aggressive play is beautiful for Legacy, and it's really working.
Oh, look at this. Here we go. It's the B split now coming through. They're wrapping back around. LaCour, is he ready for it, though? He's managed to catch one. He's got the intel now. He's managed to relay that to the rest of the team. Now, where are Legacy? They're all over on the A side. He's got one player in Banana. He picks up one. Gets traded out by Offnu. Can they get the bomb down, though? 2v4. Sicko in a great spot. But Lonsdale on the read. Lonsdale's there to get that kill onto Sicko, leaving Offnu all by himself.
But that was a good pickup frag from Lonsdale on low HP. And these CT-sided players, I mean, they're playing a better game right now. This is they're suiting the side. It's their style at the moment. But Offnu is still alive. He could clutch this out in a 1v4. We've seen some amazing plays from these guys. And he's got a molly to offset the bomb.
Oh my. So that's decent. That's going to buy him a little bit more time. No one's going to be able to defuse just yet, but he is just going to run away and look to save that gun in Legacy. Going to be getting their 6th round on the board.
Yeah, I guess it was a task to ask, right? But, you know, I mean, Tainted Minds, I mean, they're building a legacy right now with this spot.
Somebody stop this man. Lock him up.
They're on a roll. They're on a roll.
You got any more? Sicko's a sicko? Zeusy's like Zeus?
Nah, I don't want to go
Blitz
too
is
far.
having a blitz?
No, the only other ones I've got will be your mum.
All right, continuing on, round 21, 14-6, Tainted Minds still in the driver's seat, but Legacy looking good in the economy department. Full buy up for them. AK in the hands of Offnu. What can he make happen in this round, Chris? Tell me.
Well, I mean, this is a great run from Legacy at the moment. They're on a 3-run winning streak at the moment, so they've got the full economy. They should not be able to lose to these pistol rounds. But Tainted Minds, we know that they're capable of doing anything. They've got to bring the AK in with Offnu. And he's a dominant force on the squad, and he's a playmaker. So I wouldn't be surprised if he can pick up an early frag. Legacy, they can't do that at the moment. They've given up banana control, the bomb's moving that way. But Zeusy, he's making his appearance known on the house and apps, and he's coming down to Boiler at the moment. Hopefully they can't give away a frag here to influence the attack.
Blitz with a good line there. Manages to somehow get away with his life there as Blitz had it lined up in Boiler. And now a lot going to be riding on the core. Almost missing the timing there. But it's going to be Tainted Minds just bursting out here onto the site. Counter nades coming through, but LaCour down on 20 HP. He's not in a good spot here. Oh, and there it is. Tainted Minds just opening up that B site. Only have pistols and 1 AK. Stat there, though. Ready to change it back around. Taking that kill. Blitz with the nice shot there from CT. And now 3v3. 3 pistols for Tainted Minds, but Bomb is down, and if they can just hold these close angles, they might be able to pick this round up.
Well, the clock is running down, so they've got to make a move soon, because if they get into this afterplant scenario, you know, the T-sided players are going to capitalize on it.
Oh, Bogdan's Law there, throwing the AWP to stat. Let's see if it comes out and works for them. 11 HP in the Dream. Bursting in, looking to get the retake. Soju with 2, straight on the defuse.
Oh.
Stat's able to have his back. And Legacy with the big retake. And Legacy showing they are no pushovers here on Inferno, picking up that 7th round.
Definitely not. This is good work from Legacy. I mean, they're coming back against the odds. Their B defense was weak, though, but they managed to buy enough time for the CT players to at least be in a position to start retaking the bomb side. But they need to be able to make frags. Offnu and Sicko being able to pick up 2 entry kills on that B site was not good enough for Legacy. But a great retake nonetheless.
Yeah, very impressive stuff there from Soju, picking up a 2-piece and then just straight on the bomb. Stat there to have his back. Let's see how this round plays out. Oh, the molly Zeusy almost getting toasted there, but the smoke there ready to douse those flames. And look at that line there. Can you see Lonsdale just through the smoke? Oh, he gets flashed. And Lonsdale pushing up close. He sees the outline through the smoke, and he'll be able to take out Lonsdale. Now Zeusy will be able to get himself banana control for Tainted Minds.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play. I mean, Zeusy and the Tainted Minds boys, they always bust out these boosts above smokes. They do it on every single map, and they're so quick at adjusting to these scenarios to be able to do it.
Oh, Blitz, the timing, unstoppable there, taking out APOC, but smoke goes down onto CT, and now Tainted Minds should be able to push out, but LaCour in a great boost spot here, picking up Zeusy. Can he find a second? Not just yet, but Blitz should be able to make his way over through Con, and let's see if they can get this hold down.
Oh, it was a beautiful boost to get into that position. It was the key in that position. It was the key in that moment to capitalise on it and to be able to make that play. And he was so quick to rotate out of it. And that has allowed them to be able to secure the B side. And the setup that they have complete confidence in their B setup at the moment, and they have complete confidence in their A setup. So they're just trusting their teammates at this point.
Ooh, Ofnu surviving only just there. If Blitz had anything other than the AWP, it might have been good night, Irene. But Yustillo finding that kill onto Stat over on the A side. Very important stuff there as well. Sicko finding Lakor as well. And this round has just been flipped right now. And Tainted Minds, bomb is down. But Blitz needs to find something big here. He's heard him. Sicko's heard the scope. He's not even bothered. Ooh, Blitz finds one. Can he get a second here? Oh my goodness. Oh! Ooh, split seconds off there now, Sicko. Great positioning. Takes Soju. Oh, Blitz! But Yustillo there. Great position down Banana. It was always going to be Yustillo to finish this one off, and that's going to give Tainted Minds their 15th round and match point.
That was tight play from Blitz, but his teammates let him down. I mean, obviously, with the bomb going towards the B side, they weren't expecting Yustillo to still be lurking on the A side, especially when there's only 3 players remaining. So it was a good play. It was a good play indeed, and Tainted Minds, they come out on top once again.
And, I mean, you know, something to note here as well is Lakor is really turning up for the side of Legacy, though.
Yeah, no, Lacor's been doing work.
But yeah, coming into round number 23, Tainted Minds on match point. Legacy had to muster all they could into this buy. 2 UMPs, 1 P250, 1 M4, and an AWP. Very limited utility, but it should be enough to hold it down if they do get a decent read on the round. And here it is. Oh, Tainted Minds running right out into that molly, taking a decent amount of damage. Do manage to douse the flames ever so slightly, but Lonsdale in a great flanking position. He needs to go up through mid, but he opts to go through apps, and that might be disastrous. That might let Tainted Minds be able to overflow and get decent control out mid here. Let's see what they opt to do. Oh, Sicko slam dunking Soju into next week with that nade there, but Blitz instantly trading. Zusi tapping away, finds the head of Lakor. Look at Stat, this sneaky little beaky sitting on the site. And Lonsdale from the flank, and now it's all on Zusi in that 1v3. Molly comes through. They've got his name and number. Zusi surely can't win this one, Chris.
A 1v3, he should not be able to win this. The CTs have him isolated. We've seen in the past how they play this position as well. And Blitz into the Angel on range with an AWP. He doesn't miss those. He's on point. We've got to bring Blitz into this game. He's got to be able to make these early frags, and that's going to be able to stack these. They're going to be able to stack these bomb sites and strengthen their defense. So 15-8, Legacy, backs against the wall. They've got nothing to fear. They've got a full buy, full economy. They should be able to offer something this round.
Look at this, Tainted Minds wanting to close this one out, going for the buy right now. We've got 1 AK, a couple of CZs, a couple of Tech 9s, a couple of nades to work with. Ooh, not too flash there for Lonsdale, taking damage from his own grenade there. And it looks like Tainted Minds again looking to work their way towards A.
Yeah, it's early molly from Soji there on the B halls. He picks up a good frag though, that's really handy. 4v5, they got numbers and they got a rotation, they got great banana control. Hopefully they win that duel.
I think it also, you know, APOC was trying to get his way into balcony there. Looks like Yustillo was just a little bit too eager, trying to get a little bit too big for his britches and creep his way out. Creep his way out into quad there. And
this
now,
is nice mid control, leading with the AK, trying to do damage.
The rest of TM looking to get control of this mid. Here we go, come blasting around the corner there onto Blitz. The AWP's not quick enough this time for him. And will they split back to B? Or will Legacy be able to trap them in here?
Well, that's another beautiful play in showing their chemistry as a team to be able to work off each other. Zusi in a position close to the wall, a player baiting the AWP, and then he just slides around that and kills him. Blitz is just not aware of it at all. That's something that he needs to wake up to in future games.
Great patience here from Legacy, though, to not bait into that, to not fall for the bait just yet, and hold those sights down, and it's coming up with dividends there for them as that picks up a double. Sicko does manage to find that trade, but Lonsdale already here on the flank. Zusi 1 HP, though, and fit. It's not looking too healthy indeed, and Sicko with the AWP. 2v2. Match point for Tainted Minds.
Well, Lacor's coming up late. He's got a little bit of utility on him. Then Nay would be handy on Pit, but a pick-up frag on Lonsdale. But Kobe collects him. He's on a 1v1. This is for the match. Keep them in the game.
Lakor!
That's a big frag, my man. You called him out before doing damage for Legacy, and he keeps them in the game. This game goes on. That was a full buy from Tandem Mines. They get the bomb plant. That's going to help their economy, but it's not going to be enough. CT defense should be strong enough to stop them. Double digits, are we coming? Legacy, you're going to get to 10. Is that going to be able to take you enough, be enough to take you to 15 and go into overtime? I'm not too sure.
Well, Zeusy 1 kill away here from the 30 bomb, so you always got to feel good when that's about to happen. But this has been an absolute ripper of a game. Legacy, obviously, as the match has gone on, have been improving immensely here. Things have obviously started falling in place for them. Blitz, great peek there into second mid, finds that kill there onto your solo, and this is again a great start for Legacy while they're on while Tainted Minds are on eco.
Yeah, whenever you get the first frag, beautiful Lonsdale. That's a nice frag through the smoke. Oh, he missed that.
Oh no, this is bad now. Blitz gets taken out. Sicko finds a second as well. Ooh, luckily Soju and Lakora are there to pick up the pieces. But Ofnu with an AWP. 1v3. At this point, anything can happen here. Sneaky Beaky comes around the corner. Lakora gets taken down by the P250. And now 1v2. Ofnu, he can do this here.
No, he's not known for the AWP, so he uses the P250. But here he is with an M4. Let's see if Ofnu is going to be able to win this one. I doubt it, but we've seen some big plays. Lonsdale, nice work. Very well done. So that's 15-10. To Tainted Minds at the moment, but Legacy on another streak. Can they keep it up? They're building up their economy, they're building up their confidence, they're on the CT side of Inferno. If they keep getting these early frags, it's going to really help them. But the match is paused, a tactical pause, I think, for Tainted Minds.
That'll be a Legacy tactical pause coming through here. I think they could do it. I think they could take it at this point. I think they can take us to overtime, Chris.
Yeah? You're back in well, I'm hoping.
Well, I mean, I still think Tainted Minds will take this out, but I think that the way Legacy are playing, if they can keep up this intensity, we're going to see an overtime.
Yeah, well, hopefully they can make this, well, look, they've got the SMGs, so the economy's still not strong enough to be able to get a full buy. No AWP on Blitz. They've got to be able to open up this round with the first frag, and that's what's been helping them previously. It really does set up your defense on the CT side of Inferno. They go a man down, they're not going to be able to get the information they need to be able to stack sites.
Tell you what I don't like though is the two UMPs in this round here. Zeusy comes charging up Banana, and he is going to pick up that kill. But Lakor right there to get that trade back and throw it back in the favor of Legacy as he picks up a second as well. And Tainted Minds at this point questioning themselves and questioning their decisions.
I think Lakor must have been listening to Tom earlier because he's stepping up in a big way. Tom clearly called him out. I heard it.
Oh, I wouldn't say it was a call out. I'd say it was a fact of...
Oh, a call out.
A fact of performance.
Okay, yeah, maybe. Maybe it was statistical based on stats. But yeah, no, he's really showing up in this match, and that's what they need against a team like Tainted Minds. Everybody to show up.
Yeah, most definitely. And now Tainted Minds back to the drawing board. Look like they still want to put that pressure up on the top of Banana. They do have the control there, but player advantage for the side of Legacy. But here he is, Ustillo, making his way through apartments here, cleaning it out, and Legacy sitting back, 2 on A, 1 sitting over on Arch, ready for the rotation at any point in time, and 1 on B. So very patient play here from Legacy, just sitting, lying in wait, and waiting for Tainted Minds to make the mistake.
Well, at this point, it's a 3-on-2 with a rotator and CT spawn. It'll be interesting if they can come out on top of this trade with the plant.
Well, Molly there to help push some of these pit players back, but I don't think that they're going to be ready for the 2 pit players in pit. As often finds Soju, there's Blitz, and there is a problem here with the server, but it helps Ofnu. It'll get him that kill there, and if you're Legacy, you are going to be very unhappy with that one there, as the bomb goes down for Tainted Minds. On match point here, Lakor and Lonsdale, 2v3, Sicko, playing over the sight box here. Going to be virtually impossible now for Lakor to find this kill. There it is. Surely, Lonsdale actually comes through. Sicko gets 1, looking for the second. It's going to be Ustillo, and that's going to be that. Tainted Minds pick up Inferno against Legacy, 16-10. And I mean, what an absolute comeback there.
Yeah, Legacy played big in that second half. I guess they just left too much of a hurdle to bring from that first half, but they can be proud of their efforts.
Yeah, I mean, they want to be able to get to a point where they're not losing a first half like that. They want to be able to show the world what they can actually do. And coming that late into the game, it's not helping. It's not really helping. They want to be able to compete with these guys. They need to lift their standards.
But I mean, the thing is as well is that, you know, when they get on that CT side, you feel like Legacy are a comfortable CT-sided team. Is that, you know, a lot behind Lonsdale being able to sort of read those T plays from Tainted Minds? Or is there more to it?
No, I feel like on the CT side for Tainted Minds, they were just allowed to use their individual skill a lot more and like get multi-frags and stuff like that. On the T side, the CTs like traded well and used their teamwork well, so it's harder for the Ts to really use their like skill and their aim to really get kills. Yeah,
you still are winning that 1v3 on CT side. That was nuts. That is huge. Like, that's a world-class play from a world-class player.
The other thing as well I was going to say in that first half was that if Legacy managed to sort of make it, you know, 10-5 in that first half, that would have been a game. That would have been an absolute game.
Yeah,
you know, it would have had a much tighter finish than, I believe, you know, 16-10.
Yeah, definitely.
And I guess the other thing to sort of talk about there as well would be tonight's matches and tonight's results. Ground Zero not managing to pick up their first win yet as Chiefs take them out 16-12. Match number 2, Greyhound and Breakaway. Greyhound coming out on top there as well, 16-9, and stopping Breakaway's consecutive double round streak. And to finish off the evening, Tainted Minds with a very dominant first half, but Legacy clawing their way back. But Tainted Minds coming out on top on Inferno 16-10. And now let's have a look at the championship standings to see how tonight's matches have played out. Tainted Minds sitting very comfortable up on 12 points, almost guaranteed a top 3 finish. Greyhound and Chiefs on 9 points apiece. Legacy, after losing to Tainted Minds, sitting on 6 still, and Breakaway and Ground Zero still yet to get themselves a win. So, having a look at this, next week, final week of group play, this is going to be absolutely amazing stuff because last season we saw, you know, very clear finishes, you know, who was first, who was second, who was third, almost before going into the final week.
Yeah.
Whereas now, anything can happen.
Yeah, it's neck and neck all the way. But I mean, Greyhounds went in a clean sweep last year and they followed through by winning the tournament. And that was impressive. And I think Tainted Minds want to replicate that performance that they put up. They want to go through this with a clean sweep and they want to win this tournament and take the prize.
What do you think, Tom?
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to, I think for Legacy and Chiefs, they're sort of fighting for that third spot. I think Chiefs haven't played Tainted Minds, so you'd expect them to potentially lose next week. So if they lose next week and Chiefs win, I mean, Legacy win, they're both on the same amount of points. So it's going to be interesting, like really interesting.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Legacy are they playing Breakaway? Or Ground Zero? One of those two, and I think they should win that game. So it's going to be tight.
Well, it will be posted up on the social media when we do have the schedule for next week. But I mean, I cannot wait until next week's matchup. It's going to be an absolute ripper. But if you've just tuned in for that last game, tonight we did see, I believe it was a knife kill from Flix. So do make sure you head into your local Carl's Jr. before 11 p.m. tomorrow to pick yourself up your free fries. But make sure you head back next week, final week of group play. Let's see who's going to be finishing first, second, and third. But that's going to be us for week number 4. I've been Dallas Easy CSGYCITY.
I'm Thomas Blackout Richmond.
And I'm Chris Wayfarer Davis.
And from all of us here at the LPL crew, it's been a pleasure to have you. Have yourselves a lovely rest of your evening, and we'll see you next week.
The ANZ CSGO Invitational is presented by Carl's Jr., home of great American burgers.